Yo. Let's have a look. Let's zone in, shall we, guys? Here we go. Yeah, it's bunker time, guys. On the red team here, we have Fake Torben, we have Sakaya, Denshi, Alex, and Miko. We have triple bunker Scourge. It is full bunker Scourge, guys. Sage, Amulet, Rune of the Guardian, and Relic of Nyos. So you heal whenever you cleanse. Of course, there's a lot of cleanse on this build, utilizing the new transfusion trait. That vigor uptime really kind of enabling this playstyle. Big lifesteal, and of course, a little bit of overflowing thirst for even more of that, utilizing the dagger main hand with one off and with Well of Darkness and Well of Power. Goodness me. We have got some fun games ahead of us, and on the blue team, we have got some players who are definitely not playing on new accounts. We have Aki on the Renegade. We have the King of Everything on Bunker Scourge number 1. We have Glint on Bunker Scourge number 2. Vindicta on the Support Warrior, actually. By the looks of that, yeah, it's going to be a Support Warrior being played. And then we have a Mirage here as well for a bit of that DPS kind of matching Denshi. So basically, yeah, Zindrax, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Look, number one, look, let me tell you my monthly AT experience today. I've been like turbo sleep deprived the last couple of days. I had this feeling I was missing something. I was like idly watching Awesomeness's stream, and he was talking about monthly AT, and I was like, wait, why is he talking about the monthly AT? Then I checked the date. I'm like, oh my god, it's the monthly AT. I log in. I check I see that Sin's streaming it, and I see that it's triple Scourge. That was my experience today. So you think you've got it bad? I had to wake up to this stuff and just, experience what this is. I mean, you really hate to see this, guys. You really, really hate to see this. What the fuck is this? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is not what we like to see.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
Oh. But anyway, blue team seems to be doing pretty well here. They just got a bunch of those kills, and this is the thing about a meta like this, right? Once you lose control, it can be very hard to get it back. We are going to need that Mesmer, obviously. Like, the Mesmer is pretty much like the only real DPS that's being played by both teams at this stage. The Renegade can do a little bit, obviously, but it is fairly defensive. You can see the Salvation trait line there. Of course, going to be the same over here, I think. Oh, and actually a little bit of a different Renegade build. Retribution Invocation, so a bit more aggressive with the Berserker Amulet than the more defensive one that's being played on red team. And that might be helping blue team here. They got a little bit more of a punch to their attack there. But yeah, they've got to keep this Mirage alive. It's just going to be full DPS there. Yeah, Berserker Amulet, Ruin the Deadeye with Fireworks Relic with Sword, Shield, Spear. So that is pretty much the only thing that can basically punch through this. However, blue team is doing very well. Let's go ahead and check the other teams, actually. Let's go and take a look at what's going on. I believe, I think Misha's playing with Sugar Crush, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that is indeed the case. So we have the Master of Disaster, aka Misha, who I believe is currently rank 1 legend. Oh, actually, no, not in fact the case. It's going to be Boyce who's rank 1 legend. Very impressive stuff. We have Maya, of course, on the Spectre, and that's going to be interesting to see how this plays into this meta, actually, because, like, Thief, I feel like Thief can potentially struggle here. Is this going to be a condition damage Thief? It is. That is, I think it's going to be a challenge here to kind of get value with that Thief. Of course, a lot of condition cleanse and sustain on these Scourges, and of course, you've got the Tempest as well, so we'll have to see, because it still has that mobility, and can definitely connect some serious burst damage. A lot of Immobilize, a lot of Spike with the Poison, so you can definitely get some value there, but it's going to be non-trivial to get value out of the Thief. That's for sure, but of course, if there's anyone who can do it, it is going to be Maya on the Spectre. We have Eternity here on the Tempest. We have Nezio on Scourge number 1. There's only one Scourge on blue team. We've got a Harb instead. It's going to be from Oki there. Kind of this very aggressive build. Kind of what you see me playing World versus World, right? Playing Transfusion, though, actually, over the Blood Bank. And then utilizing the Staff. So basically having that defensive potential here, of course, very good, right? Like, even though you don't have a lot of healing power here, you have a little bit here from Last Rites, but just having that extra Condi Cleanse, protection uptime, extra Spike, because bear in mind, guys, Chillblains does a lot of damage, actually, in PvP. So when you land your Harbinger 4, you're getting that chill blades, you're getting that chill, you're getting the poison, right? And of course the burst of damage alongside a bit of healing and a little bit of prop too. So this is a very powerful kind of hybrid, even more offensive trait. You can kind of see this being utilized here. We may see it used. Boom, there you go. And look at that chill blades, right? It connects. So you can see the value in this, in addition to the stability even from the Reaper's Mark. And of course, blood magic brings a lot of sustain and damage on its own. So transfusion kind of ramping that up even further. With what Oki's kind of going with him. And then we have this Scourge build, of course. This is very, very popular in this matchup. What's Goku doing, actually? Wait, what? Oh, my God. Dude, I can't believe what I'm seeing here. Surely the... Wait, are the warrior mains... Surely they can't cry anymore. He is playing Deep Spin Man Rifle Warrior. The only thing we want to see here is if he started floating into the air. Now, that's when content would really start to begin. But it's going to be Arms, Discipline, and Berserker. However, Red Team really not getting really not getting a lot done so far, actually. Goku, not even sure what he's supposed to be doing, I think, at this stage. And I think there's just a lot of damage here. Like, this slightly more aggressive approach being played here from Blue is definitely dealing with these bunkers pretty well. Like, the onslaught from the Blue Team, it is enough to get those kills, right? You have that Mirage, the Spectre, the Harbinger, all bringing a lot of DPS to the table. And so far, it has been able to kind of get through the defenses of the Red Team. Let's see if they can actually make some kind of recovery here. Okay. Of course, yeah, this Harbinger is going to be looking to connect that. And look, look, and honestly, I'm curious what you make of this, Intrex, because you're obviously big into PvP. I'm not a fan of the Renegade. I really don't like the Renegade, guys. Am I just completely off on this? Every time I see this build played, even if it's being played by not Azers, it just does not impress me, and I'm still not impressed by it now. What does this build do?
Blue team takes a capture point.
I think you're going to be better off playing something else in almost all scenarios. I mean, I get it. Like, people really like that Renegade, and obviously it's kind of been a staple of kind of like the French theory craft, but I don't know. I'm just not super impressed by this by this approach. Blue team definitely doing well with their composition here. Looking to push in. Red kind of trying to get a bit of a refocus. Yeah, I think the Berserker Warrior here, I think, is a little bit of an experimental play, because again, it does of course have a lot of damage, but it is so vulnerable to a lot of the classes here, right? In particular that Mirage. The Mirage and the Spectre are going to eat Goku for breakfast here. I almost want to see if there's going to be a relog here, because yeah, look, this is a meme build for a reason. It really, in my opinion, doesn't really do that much. Even with Relic of Mount Balrior, to get a massive spike when popping the elite skill, which is Signet of Rage. So you pop that, get a 15% mod, then you go for your insane Unleash. Then you've got the 20 might from that too. You can see 20 might with the Signet of Frosty, more Frosty. It's going to be a brutal one-shot, but again, it is a build that is just a little bit too easy to play around almost. It really does not do super well. You know, it does not do super well in kind of more organized play for that reason. It's easy to shut down. Here we go. We have the respawns coming through, but I think it's kind of over. I think it's going to be finals for Blue. There's no question about that. Yeah, looks like the other. It's going to be tweaking mid-game like Megatron in the finals, and it's going to be Sugar Crush, I think, going to the finals. Yeah. Where are all the Blade Swans? So I said they're good. I mean, they're not good now. It's not. It's good in PvE, but you know, Blade Swan is not good in PvP right now. It does see a little bit of play again. Like I know Floor likes to play it, but it's definitely not a meta spec currently. Yeah, there's too much weakness here for Goku as well. Like, he's just got perma weakness on him. It's a fun idea, but this is just—it's not going to do anything. And yeah, this is basically the end of the game now. Mezzo looked busty. I say Ranger looked pretty dull. Oof. I mean, honestly, I quite like. I was quite appreciative of the Gale shot. I think it looked pretty cool, but yeah, it's definitely it's been a bit polarizing. The opinions have not all been positive for sure.
And return fire once the cannons are loaded.
Huge. Gale shot. Yeah, red team basically just waiting for the game to the end. They are turbo dead. I feel like this is always the way, though, you know? Like, people think people always think that bunker is the way to go. And then people just play a more aggressive style and just kind of it wins.
Ring the bell to signal them to
And I feel like that's kind of what we're seeing here from the blue team here. Is that they said, well, you know, we could match the bunker and be really annoying and really have an incredibly unfun game. Or we could play a little bit more aggressive. Utilize that thief. Utilize the Mirage and then the Harbinger. And just basically crush the opponent. Never allowing the red team to stabilize. And that's kind of exactly what's going on here. And to start there with the tier 1. Very nice. Really appreciate that. Love to see it. Yeah, game over. Finals coming up.
team wins a capture point.
Mr. Sturg, also with the Prime. Love to see that. I do love to see some subscribers. Early in the day. Ready to go.
Red team wins a capture point.
Okay. And that's going to be it. It's going to be going to finals. Right now. Look, I like this, guys. I basically skipped. I skipped all the slop, and now we've got to the good part, right? That's what we like to see. Very good, very good. Exclamation mark Spinnerek.io. Always enjoyed the contest. Oh, well, there you have it. A mistake easily corrected. You now subscribed. Very good. Glad I pre-ordered Deluxe using T-Bot's referral link. Deluxe? You gotta go Ultimate. Buy another copy. Oh, yeah. Ah, Crow. Crow is here. Deadeye decent about meta. Want to focus on dungeons, fractals, and world versus world. Deadeye's really good for like a 1v1er in world versus world. And in dungeons and like fractals, basically, it's like I'd say it's on the weaker end, but it's perfectly fine, right? If you want to play it. But yeah, it's I would say it's not the best spec for that type of content. Yeah. Panic spectate, dude. Look, awesomeness is to blame for this, okay? Because look. I blame Seb and awesomeness. Like, I'm about to go to bed. It's 5 a.m. in the morning, right? And then they just, like, Sneb just calls me. Like, Sneb, he's like, bro, get in. He's like, yeah, get in, get in, get in. Out of nowhere. I don't take accountability for this. It's horrible. Alright, let's have a look. Hello. Yo. Hello.
Gaming.
What do you think about this?
How many hours of sleep did you get?
Oh well, the thing is, enough. It's just more like I was just discombobulated today. I don't know what's going on. Right, I was like out of it. I woke up. I was just like stumbling around in a daze, if you will.
For some reason,
idea
I woke up
what's
early.
going on. Well, it's more like it's been a couple of days, right? Because I did the debate, and that was horrible. That like destroyed me. And then I chained it into another night of sleep deprivation as well, and now it's just over. Like I'm done at this point. So I've got the I just had no idea. I completely forgot. I almost had this like inkling that hold on, wasn't there supposed to be something I have to do today? Because I was like, wait, hold on. What's going on? Like, why, what is this? And then it only clicked when I started watching you guys do EOS. And then at the end, I was like, wait, hold on, wait a minute. What? And then I checked the date. I was like, oh my God, it's the 26th. Like, it's over. Yeah.
Oh man, it reminds me of just like back in school, you just like wake up in a panic, like, oh my God, something's due tomorrow. Oh my gosh, I have a test tomorrow.
Yeah. And it's a kind of a spicy MAT as well, because 55 aren't playing on EU. So it's actually competitive. Too.
Is 55 on NA, or are they just not playing?
They're not playing you.
Okay, I saw Misha.
Yeah, he's playing with Sugar Crush. But the team name is Lisa My Queen.
Yeah, we might have to start enforcing that everyone's name in Discord, Twitch, and account name in the game are all
they have to be
closely
connected.
related.
Yeah, in some way. Yeah.
Because this is unreal.
Yeah, a couple of alts popping up actually in the French roster, I believe, as well. New players, right? Like, love to see that, right? Like new players
Completely
already.
new players.
New players.
People say you can't rise to the top in PvP, but
I see these fresh accounts.
that's not what I'm seeing.
That's not what I'm not seeing it either. I'm seeing these fresh accounts do really well and really be rising stars, if you will, in the in the scene.
Multi-time. Two-time.
Yeah.
Rising stars.
Yeah. I mean, we're about to go to the finals. This is going to be big. I'm not entirely sure what to expect. It's going to depend on the map as well. But we are kind of living in this like weird, wonky Scourge meta. Although, as it always is the case with bunker metas, like 55 and the 55 thought process, which is kind of what Misha's bringing to the table with Sugar Crush, they tend to say, well, the way we beat bunkers is by doing loads of damage and just killing them. And that's kind of what we saw. I saw in a previous game.
Yeah.
Is they were basically playing a lot more aggressively. They had a Harbinger as opposed to a Scourge, and they had a Mirage for DPS and a Spectre as well. So they had like two big hyper-mobile damage dealers, and that seemed to just kind of break through the bunkers pretty effectively. So I'm curious how it's going to go. Ooh, it's Temple as well. That feels really good for 55. Or well, you know, Team Sugar Crush here actually in my mind, because they're going to have a Thief and the opponents are not. So this is going to be a very interesting match, I think. Are you in the game?
I am.
Yeah, so on the red team, both teams are running the Tempest. That's going to be Eternity on the blue team. And it's going to be Vindicta on the red team. And we are going to have Glint on the red team on Scourge number 1, alongside the King of Everything, spelled incorrectly, here as well. A new account.
That's crazy.
Riken, actually, on the Mirage, and then we have Contestable on the Renegade, and of course we have Maya on the Spectre, Conditioned Spectre. We have Oki on the Power Harp, a Demolisher Amulet there, being played. Nezio on the Scourge. They do still have that Scourge to kind of lock down these nodes, bunker up a little bit, kind of combo with that Tempest to have a pretty serious roadblock, right? And then of course the Tempest there as well. So this is going to be an interesting one. This is going to be an interesting one. Dude, whoa. A legend of PvP just whispered me. Frozen Men. Like, if this guy is back, PvP is alive. This guy's a legend. He used to play... He played Core Necro full minions, like, before... When it was, like, dog shit. Like, before it became meta, he would just like, randomly queue up sometimes, full minions. That was just the approach that he took to rank sometimes.
Was it like RP, or what? Or was it like just a minion enjoyer?
I think he just liked it. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I just love minions. I'm just gonna send them in. This is really gonna come down to, is the blue team gonna be able to generate kills? Because obviously red, they're taking this like very heavy bunker approach. The Spellbreaker, support Spellbreaker. I actually really like that swap here, by the way, from the red team, because that over the Tempest, right? Because it's got a lot of mobility. You can see the Savage Leap here and the Staff is going to give them a lot of rotational power. And I think their strategy here, their approach, is going to be, well, we need to basically match the speed or try to keep up with the Thief and the Mirage, right? That's going to be what they want to do.
Yeah, they're spending a lot of time just moving.
Yeah. Because basically the goal for red here is to make sure that this warrior is wherever the damage output of the blue team is, right? To really lock it down, like shut down the aggression of the blue team. And just, and enable this defensive playstyle that the red team is going to go for here. And then, of course, the blue team are going to attempt to do the exact opposite, right? They're going to try to destabilize their opponents, right? Find those kills, and then snowball them out from there. And so far, a lot of pressure on the red Renegade here, actually. So Contestable needs to be careful, but we do have that Scourge here. And there's a good chunk of barrier. And of course, the transfusion trait putting in the work on a lot of these PvP builds currently. And there's loads of Condy clans, right? And this is the thing that's, you know, like Maya needs to find these windows where there isn't that Condy cleanse available so she can connect that condition damage burst. Because those Scourges, they're even running, like some of them are even running Relic of Nios. It's Rivers this time, but in some of the games they were playing like a Relic of Nios, right? Which gives them healing whenever they cleanse. So very, very defensive against those conditions. It's not being run here though. But so far, yeah, it's exactly that. Like, both teams are kind of just like trying to scrabble, right, and find an opportunity, right? And not too much going on currently. Oh, a Spree's in the chat. Dude, this is what happens when you ban a Spree. This is what happens.
I cannot help.
This is what happens when you don't have the big worm. Like, PvP is just dead without the big worm. Or tack.
The
like,
worm carry.
Yeah, we either need the big worm back in Guild Wars 2, or we need tack. Like, tack needs to be back. Ooh, blue team getting a little bit low. Like, and this is super scary for blue, right? Because if anyone dies on blue, that's going to enable red team to get the second node. This sounds really funny, right? This is the goofy part about bunker metas, is if red team if either team gets a second node, oh, that's super frustrating, right? For the, yeah, it's like, so, oh, Maya getting spiked by the Mirage. Needs to be careful. Support is here.
It's pretty spicy because the neutered node is on the red side too.
Yeah. Oh, the Mirage from blue is in a bit of trouble. Gets out though. Good defensive play, but some of these health bars are a little scary for blue.
Oh, missed the jump. Oh.
Oh no, Maya's in trouble. Maya's in big trouble.
Yeah, Maya might be. Chi-Chi.
No, has the Shadow Fall to blink away,
Thiefing.
But the Mirage is in pursuit. Oh, very good teleportation usage here from blue. Oh, but it's going to go down. Ooh, that's a bit scary. Okay. All right, and this is going to be red team. They're going to... Oh, no, they get top buff for free, I think. No, good interrupt there by the Tempest from blue. Going for it again, but yeah, we have the blue Mesmer available. Oh, I like this bleed, by the way. Look at the Scourge, right? Not even bothering, because they don't care about the third node, right? They just bleed Maya out. Oh, this is actually quite good play from red, actually. And Nezio's down on blue as well.
Yeah.
That is going to yield this node to red. That is problematic here for the blue team. That is problematic. Okay, and there's the node. That's going to give red the advantage. And now let's see how they're going to handle this. Like, what are they going to do about this? Of course, the big opportunity where things can get wacky is going to be that double buff, right? In 2 minutes' time at 8:30. Oh, they do get the decap on middle, actually. Like, red team.
Got the newt.
Yeah, we did get that. That's good. Oh, and the Scourge is rotating in. That's nice, actually. So we do have a plant. We have a bunker down here. Also, do you like the fact that the build that is played here is literally the forbidden one? Like, no joke. It's basically
it's dangerously cheesy.
Yeah, it is basically the forbidden one. Oh, and blue team, hold on. Red need to contest middle. Oh, and actually, hold on. Very nice snipe here from the blue team, eliminating the Necromancer. Gets shut down. That's very big. Now, there is a Mesmer getting a free cap over there on the altar from red, so they're able to equalize it. But they find themselves behind again, actually. And Mirage coming in to spite the king of everything. This is very scary for this Necro. I think this is going to be a kill. It is, yeah. So red team actually a little bit slipping up a little bit. A little bit behind the blue teams in terms of rotations. And blue find themselves in a pretty good spot here. I think maybe red getting a bit obsessed with that top buff almost. And, getting derailed onto it. Renegade also super low.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
And it's going to be the double cap for blue here. Let's see. Blue team in a very good position now. Their Tempest is in trouble, though. Down to just 700 health. Does get picked off. Tough to res that. There's not a lot of res potential here, because, again, there's a lot of AoE nuke. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Oh, look at that stealth. That was a tasty stealth, but they do have... Yeah, they are aware. And that's going to be a second kill. Misha, the Master of Disaster, has gone down. Altar will be... Oh,
blue heart. Is looking scared too.
Yeah. And Maya in trouble here. I think we really do not want to see this thief go down here. I like the intro. I like the stall on this cap. Needs to play safe here, though. Ooh, the Mesmer. Oh, Maya's a little bit caught. The stealth is here, though. And should be able to disengage that relatively okay. Oh, no. Okay, goes down. Yeah, the Renegade was able to secure that kill, and that's just as both buffs are popping up. No, surely not the top buff. Not the top buff for Red. Oh, no. Red team get the top buff. That is a catastrophe for Blue. That's going to be 4 points every tick right now for the Red team. And Blue are going to be feeling the heat here. They're going to be feeling the heat big time. A lot of pressure coming on to Glint here. The Red Scourge getting nuked, but again, that Warrior in position. I think this is a really smart swap, by the way. I think, actually, if Red Team had played Tempest, I think they lose this game. And now, I think the Warrior is really enabling their playstyle, right? Very smart to have this in the pocket for Red Team. Ooh, however, Glint does get taken out. There's no res potential there. Oh, there is. The banner, actually.
The stomp?
Oh, it gets wasted! Oh. The stomp came through just in time!
Yeah.
That's big, but there's a pretty big point gap that's been created by that top buff in particular. But there's no banner. The banner was wasted. Destabilization is now happening. It's a 3v1 on this Warrior. And a couple of sloppy rotations from Red has put them into a slightly unfortunate predicament.
Just like that.
Mirage picks up the point here. Red need to regroup there. Now, they are ahead, so they're basically in just slow the game down mode. This Mesmer 1v1 could be extremely relevant, by the way. Like, if, if one Mesmer is able to kill the other, that's a huge potential. We've got to keep an eye on that, that's for sure. Red team now surging back out onto the map at the same time. How are the decaps going here? Oh, and Oki's going to go down. Oh, Misha actually crushes the 1v1, the Master of Disaster. That's a very big deal. We do have a kill on the other side of the map, though. They've got to cleave that out. Hasn't been decapped yet, though, so Blue team still have possession over this node. They're looking for the Scourge as well. They're going for the Warrior. They're on middle. Mesmer dying. Nodes being captured. 40 points in this game. Everything looking neutral so far. Again, 6 minutes on the clock. That could also be relevant too. You've got to consider that. You have to keep that in mind, right? Blue do get that cap because there's nothing to contest over there. Mirage off the map, so basically no real serious damage for another 10 seconds from the Red team. I think Misha's going to be looking to seize that advantage. Wants to go for it, wants to find that Scourge. Scourge in a pretty tricky position, though, and now that Warrior's here. Yeah, Misha realizes that that's not going to go anywhere realistically. It's going to be this Renegade and the Tempest is kind of dueling. And this is a strong position, honestly, for Blue. Like, I think having the map more split is obviously good for them. Like, more objectives is nice for the Blue team because they have the superior mobility with the Thief and the Mesmer. Oh, but they don't want to lose that Scourge. Does he get the... Oh, Consume Conditions comes through at the last second. Is it going to be enough, though? I'm not sure if it is. But the res comes through. A brutal res from the Tempest.
Like a frame-perfect res?
Yeah, that was absolutely disgusting there from the Blue Tempest. But wait, surely it doesn't sack the bottom buff. That would be really, really bad. Oh, it actually lands. The Water Blob. The Water Glob actually denies it. And Blue team actually grabbed the top buff as well. Oh, that Tempest might have just carried the game in favor of Blue. Oh, but the Tempest is in a little bit of trouble there. Very pressured, very, very low on cooldowns. Tries to get the healing off. Is it going to be enough? Red team trying to hold on to these nodes. Red team get that cap. 5 minutes on the timer here. That node is completely uncontested. Channeling, funneling points into the Blue team as of right now. Bottom buff still like a really big annoyance here, I think, for the Red team. They're trying to resolve it, but they really can't do it. Warrior bringing the support. Is there enough damage for Red team to find a way to get this node? Interrupt on the res is not going to happen, but the Warrior is very, very pressured. Red team restabilizing themselves here, but do they have enough damage to really contest this fight? That's the question. Blue getting the decap. Necro's kind of trading places. Nodes being slowed down. They're king of everything, going for the altar. Oh, Maya gets killed, though. Oh, that's unfortunate for Blue. Porting on to deny it, forcing the stomp. That's actually a big deal, right? That's going to allow, Maya to get back on the field as quickly as possible. Unawareness in trouble here, though. That is the Master of Disaster. If he goes down, this is very scary for the bottom buff. But he's actually going to go. He's going to go for the kill, but he gets caught. Okay. I don't think this yields bottom buff for Red, though. It's not good enough. Very low on this Mirage. Needs to be a little bit careful. Needs to get healed up by the Warrior or something.
Yeah, reckon's pretty low.
Yeah. Gets re-healed. The Tempest. Oh, the Tempest is getting bullied here a bit. If this Tempest dies! Oh, no. This actually potentially opens bottom buff for Red. Oh, but Maya is actually here to save the day. But this is a slightly unstable, really scary situation for basically both of these teams here. Heal comes through. Decap of middle is going to be happening. Mesmer coming off respawn to neutralize the altar there. But red may well be able to secure the middle node here as the Scourge from blue is under a huge amount of pressure, being chased down by a lot of players. I don't think we can go on the node here as the Scourge. We just used the Well of Darkness. Cap coming through there. Misha getting that recap there. But red team so unbelievably close to finding their way back into having an advantage in this game. Oh, Maya, this is bad, right? Maya's locked on bottom buff. She can't help. She can't deal damage right now. She's wasting time on this Rev. I'm actually not the biggest fan of red team rotating here, actually, with this. Okay, actually, now it's fine because the Tempest is back. But they were kind of playing aggressive into this. I guess they were worried about the Renegade actually being killed by the Thief. But red team, they've just got control over both these nodes. One of them's got a Bunker Scourge. Awesomeness! They've got a Bunker Scourge on both nodes. This is a huge problem for blue team.
Blue still, they're still on bottom buff though. So like,
oh, this is tough. Yeah, time is a problem here. If red team gets top buff, the game is basically over. There's no one there, so that's not a problem. But we actually have Maya go down. A beautiful res from the Tempest again. But the Tempest gets caught in the crossfire and ends up falling there. Oh, the Scourge does die, but the Warrior is still here. I'm not sure if there's time. Here comes the banner. It's going to get shot down. It's going to be interrupted. But here's the thing. If the Warrior simply dies on the cleave is absolutely massive, but can they actually neutralize in time? The bottom buff comes through at the last second. Oh, no. And the bunkers are going to be claiming the crown. And that's just remarkable stuff there, awesomeness. We actually have a fresh account winning the crown gizmo. Yeah.
Crazy map chat.
Yeah, a little scenario there, guys. We actually have pro versus noob. GG easy. Where's your gizmo? Easy. Sloth no gizmo? Question mark. Easy, 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 easy. No Lisa, no win. Easy. ZQ. XD. Bots coming out of Vindicta. I believe also a fresh account and Fatchy Awesomeness as well. So real rising stars. Not even into the toxicity though, obviously. But you know they're here.
Oh, I'm getting spicy DMs. Wait.
Yeah.
Surely that wasn't shown on stream.
Wait, what happened?
I don't know. I didn't get to spectate NA. Someone said, someone mentioned it. USA lost NA.
Wait, did they? What the fuck? Wait, on stream? Did Homage stream?
I was doing the US. Homage should have.
Yeah. I'm gonna go fucking shamelessly steal his VOD. Let me. Is he still alive?
I don't know his Wait, it's with the D, right?
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm older, they'll let me race.
What do you make of this copy pasta here, Awesomeness? Zealith, you straight up ripped that game open. Support? Nah. Backbone, engine, unbreakable wall. Your timings, your peels, your map awareness. Everything was on point. When the team needed space, you gave it. When it was time to engage, you were already there. You showed everyone that support isn't passive, it's in control. Massive respect. A quiet masterclass that changed everything.
I like the M dashes.
Yeah.
I like how there seems to be two portions. Both directed at different people.
There's a second serving of it now coming through as well. Sal is the master of fear. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at the VOD.
Legs are too short. No
Yeah, what happened with the with finals?
Wait, this looks really wacky.
If you want to be a part of it, come tell me.
The triple Scourge won.
Yeah.
CCOD and crew.
Yeah. I think USA won, no? Yeah, no, USA won.
Am I looking? Oh, I might not have the most.
Yeah, you might have the
last game.
wrong VOD open, yeah. Yeah, no, they won. They played double Mirage, so different approach to EU, but they played a triple Scourge double Mirage.
Yeah, 2 classes in the game.
I mean, look,
2 elite specs.
I mean, keep it simple, right? You know what I mean? Like, don't overcomplicate it.
Reports of creatures driven insane by lay energy are coming from all over. I hope
Please open the raid LFG.
candy.
Wait, I mean,
Who,
what about
me?
it? No, Magrest wants me to open the raid LFG.
I opened it.
Wait, I missed it. Wait, what was there?
Missed it.
What happened? Give me the details. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that was a pretty brutal game. Brutal finals.
If you want to be a part of it.
It was exciting. It was not free. It was not free.
And the race is underway.
I love every Mesmer spec getting shield. I love it.
Yeah. Mirage is powerful stuff. Like it does a lot of damage now. And like it even kills Bunker Scourge.
Magus has posted a link. People are desperate.
Okay. Wing
Please join,
3,
please.
please join. He is begging for Wing 3. Wait,
like
why do you think
how-
specifically Wing 3? Why? What is it about Wing 3?
I like the caps. I like how the caps are inverted.
Yeah.
That's,
Insane by lay energy are coming
Yeah.
That's good. I like how I was casting Staff 5 on Necro, Transfusion, and trolling my team.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have to eat some walls.
Salad and Vague. You know, they want a winner's interview from Salad and Vague. Awesomeness. Interesting, interesting stuff.
Curious.
Yeah, it's very curious. Of course, their team name is 1v9. A Zealith, Salad and Vague 1v9. Although, look, I didn't see Salad and Vague on that roster. I just saw fresh accounts, like, you know, new players.
Hard fresh.
Yeah. Did Monthly AT happen? It did. And it was a French victory. It was definitely a close finals, but France has prevailed. There are like multiple French teams as well.
How many Gokus are
Wait,
there?
did you see the one that Limboni linked?
Help Whisper of Jormak. I did
Yeah.
see that.
And that's with no comm as well. You can see there's no, it's without comm.
No
So this
comm.
guy is like begging for, like, please help me defeat the boss.
Fully despair. That's brutal.
They are brutalized. Did you
I
think it's like
wonder why
a
specifically Whisper?
probably maybe like Return 2? So they're trying to do the Return 2 achievements maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah. Because you get
I feel like anytime you're doing an achievement, you explicitly say like, "I'm doing this achievement." It tends to. I feel like it tends to get.
Well,
more
I
views.
mean, I mean, it's probably they're probably doing it like for the first time completion in Return
Yeah,
2,
that's true.
so that they want like the clovers and stuff. Icebrood Saga 1. Wait, yeah, whoa, yeah. This is actually we've caught this in the wild. This is look at this daily Icebrood Saga and Soto. That is Icebrood Saga 1 that is being searched for here.
No, daily IBS is 5. No one. Unless they're
Are
literally
you
just doing.
are
the
you
daily.
are you denying that Icebrood Saga 1 is a thing?
Okay. I think some people think IBS 1 is just Shiver Peaks, which I don't think that's true. I think IBS 1 might just be we're just doing the daily just to get the daily rewards. That's what I think that is.
Hmm.
I don't think anyone's just doing Shiver Peaks.
Yeah.
It's like not a daily.
Help. I mean, well, it's... I don't know what to tell you. That was the monthly. It was kind of exciting. Oh,
IBS.
let me send you this. This is this might be something that you might want to watch out for.
He's faxing me.
What do you think about that?
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly who all these names are, but I do know people that might care. So I fax things along, you know. Interesting.
What are your characters look the same? I mean, like, I use the same outfit. What can I tell you? I'm very lazy. Ah, Skelling is here.
What would you do if you had no outfits? Actually, can you? You should make a dono goal or sub goal. That's you just disable your outfit, and people see your true fashion.
I mean, yeah, I think it's just default skins. That would be crazy.
Ooh, I've seen you open the hero panel. That is rough.
It's not great. I'm not gonna pretend otherwise. I've got legendaries though.
Ooh. Legendaries does not make for a good outfit.
Yeah.
Just like slapping them on.
You a fan of victory streams? It's good to do that, you know. Turn on the stream, victory stream.
Turn on the stream, blast some music.
Yeah.
Send out your thank yous. You know.
Yep.
Thank the mom. Thank the family. Thank the dad. Thank the community.
Yeah.
Couldn't have done it without you.
Shout out to YouTube, by the way, guys. You know, the YouTube's really been showing up. Also, wait, did ArenaNet stream on YouTube yesterday? I don't think so, right?
I don't know. I was also late to the stream. I missed the audio. I missed it.
Oh shit, I'm under attack.
Cold War.
Yeah.
What time is it over there? It's like 9:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30. Yeah.
Don't know if I can post links. I'm pretty sure you can post links,
Yeah.
Angry Phil.
Yeah, you can, yeah. Mrs. and Content have no interview? No, I'm not gonna do Winner's interview. I only do Winner's interview with a spree. Like, that's the good content. That's the, like, if you guys get a spree unbanned, we can make that happen.
I've never done one. I don't think. No, yeah, I've never done one.
Yeah.
I've talked to retired MAT winners.
Yeah.
That's about it.
What about reformed MAT winners?
Do those
Do those even exist? Yeah, it's a good question.
Has anyone in the competitive scene ever reformed?
It's a good question.
I feel like if Frosty came back, he's reformed.
Yeah, he's pretty reformed.
Yeah. He might have to take some anti-nausea pills, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Tolerate the game, essentially. And he mained it. Like, when his girlfriend was playing, he mained it. He was maining Guild Wars 2. Open world. Achievements, specifically, actually. Like, achievement hunting.
deep open world.
Do you know what happened, though? There was a bugged achievement, and it mentally broke her, and she uninstalled the game.
Broke him.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, he keeps saying, like, oh, do you want to play? And then she says, like, the thought of that achievement is like, I cannot return.
Which achievement? Is it one of the ones where, like, if the open world, you have to get, like, a fresh instance to, like, unbug a boss in the open world? Is like one of those?
I'm not sure. I think Jester knows what it was. Jester, what achievement was it? I don't know, you're casting during the tournament. You're not having matches. Yeah, no, I really like casting the. I really like doing tournaments and commentary and stuff. Honestly, like, despite being obviously a bit of a wacky meta, sometimes you can get some exciting matches. Like the finals, though, was definitely a pretty exciting match for sure. Yeah. It was an exciting match. The only thing that sours it for me a little bit is that, I hear things and it makes me a little bit sad. That's all we need to say for now. I wish everyone was a little nicer to each other.
Yeah, the map chat goes crazy.
The Greek philosopher
Crazier
Soren
than
said that
NA.
you can't judge if a man is happy until he's dead, because life can always take another turn. Therefore, you can't say if any PvPers are reformed, because they could always be a triggering incident that sends them from spiraling back towards game awards. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. It could happen at any moment. They could reactivate.
For example,
Dude,
someone
wait.
goes,
This is a fucking crazy LFG. I have a hard time
I don't
believing
think
this is
that's
even
real.
real. There's no way this is
I don't
real.
think that's real.
TOFCM trading need com. Like, this is someone actually trolling. This is a troll LFG. 100%.
Oh no.
Oh.
Did he kill a guard so I get credit for this SMC cat? Oh no, but I'm trash at the game.
That's rough. Oh, thanks for the raid.
No, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Appreciate that, my friend.
No.
Appreciate you.
It's okay. I'm pretty good on my
Oh.
weekly.
Okay, what is this? Chrono heal, chrono support, DPS, 2 hours full run with Discord voice. Icebrood Saga plus Dragonstorm Soto EOD. Wait, a 2 hour? They think they're going like 2 hour? Icebrood Saga, Dragonstorm, Soto EOD? That's crazy. Maybe they mean like every strike though. Actually, that would be kind of. A
That
lot.
definitely means every strike.
Yeah, if they mean
that's
that,
for sure
then
what that means.
yeah, that's maybe not 2 hours, but it's definitely pretty long, right?
Yeah. Man, oof. Dude, KO and Harvest Temple. Every time I pug those, I'm scared.
Yeah, I mean they take
To be
time.
honest.
Like KO takes a long ass time. 100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, hey, appreciate you. It's good to have someone kind of on NA as well with the PvP stuff. Very cool stuff. New partner in PvP world.
Yeah, congrats.
Daily, wait,
because
this is a good one.
I was not streaming it.
Daily Cold War, don't tell her what you play. Don't tell me what you play. He doesn't want
That's
to know.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go in and blast.
Yeah. Yeah.
As the game wants
Yeah,
to say.
I feel, look, you'll have to forgive me, guys. This is why more people need to actually become a net partner and actually care about PvP. I only cast the semis and the final today because I completely forgot it was happening. It was not intentional whatsoever. I wasn't like snubbing this AT. In fact, quite the opposite, of course, because 55 aren't playing. That makes it a lot more interesting. And you see that in the teams, right? Like the teams are definitely like way more try-hard this time around, in my opinion. They were like trying to play like the D-Gen comps to try and win a lot more than usual because 55 isn't there like to basically gatekeep everyone, which I view as good. But yeah, I was turbo sleep deprived. I still am, to be honest. Like I have brain rot currently, guys. I have brain rot.
He was poop posting in my chat. He was in my chat poop posting instead of casting.
Wait, what is this? Plenix has linked this. Someone got kit. Wait, what?
It's
Oh,
it's a balloon where he
wait.
didn't have
Oh
the
god,
LI.
no. He linked his KPME, but that wasn't like it wasn't good enough, and the guy just like instantly cleansed him. That feels bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Some BDO people are getting into Guild Wars 2. Yeah. Basically, like it's not just BDO. It's like the Korean pay-to-win MMO people are coming over here, which is good news for ArenaNet. Let me tell you that. That will be funding a couple of patches.
I'm surprised no one did it, but I had the KP ANET, like capital ANET.
Yeah,
I'm surprised no one had that before. No one memed that out.
that's pretty good. You kind of, I mean, you stole it from Trig then. Like Trig could have had that, or maybe he deserves it.
No, I thought someone would have had it before me.
Maybe you should
I only
have to
did it,
like
the other week.
maybe you have to like swap it around because, like, for example, if you get Embodiment of Sin, that essentially makes you the superior dev, right? Like
ANET
that
leader.
Yeah, 100%. Because Trig doesn't have it. So if you have it and he doesn't have it, then that essentially means that like he goes down in the hierarchy, right? Essentially.
Bro, greens are not. I guess we just had gamers. They're not as crazy as I thought they were.
No,
I
not.
thought they were tighter.
No,
I
it's
thought
not.
they
It's
were
not
way tighter.
impossible. If you do the strat, it's pretty manageable. Yeah, you just need to get used to it.
Yeah. I also say that from a point of view. I am an anchor, so.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you have like
getting,
yeah.
I'm getting hard carried.
Wait, what, bro?
I'm getting hard carried. No, but we weren't failing. We weren't failing. That's what I'm trying to say. Is
you're
we
the
weren't
fucking
failing
anchor. You bro. You don't even do the mechanic, huh?
Like yeah, I'm getting hard carried. But what I'm saying is like for a group that's going in and like I think we have some people that are progging it. Like it's not just Sneb and I progging. We have like some other people that are progging it. Like we're hitting the greens. I was like nice, nice. Mm-hmm. It's a little spicy, but like even the ones that we're trying to save, like we save them. We save them for the most part. I think we nailed just about every green up until like a new green happens, and like some of them are wacky, right?
Yeah. Can you expose the name
Carried
behind
by players,
Reformed?
I won't. Someone else could, and they very well could. But I won't do it.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to hold you to this, by the way. I've heard you say on stream that you're doing HC to 60 after EOS. You have to do it.
Yeah. That is my plan. And I want Sneb in too. I'm like, bro, if we duo, we have pets, we have fears, we have playdeads, we have whatever. Let's go. I
want to see additional awesomeness clips. Like there needs to be awesomeness 3. 100%. Like that needs to exist. Or like maybe we need like Sneb 1. Like Sneb 1 needs to happen, right? At some stage.
Yeah, I updated the commands in my chat. So Death 1 and Death 2 are there.
Yep.
It's good.
Yeah, it is good. That awesomeness 2 is such a I don't know how you managed to do this. This is like a miracle clip. This is like this should have been posted to livestream fail. It's so good. This is one of the best clips I've ever seen. It's so insane. Like, I don't know, it's so perfect. Because the best part is, right, is that he didn't just die, he died to, like, the first hit. So it's like cinema. It's complete cinema.
I didn't know he was so low on health. I didn't know, like, I literally didn't even know I had the add-on that shows you their health underneath their tooltip. And it was a sliver, so I didn't see it when I hovered over him.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
But look. I did it on stream, Jester there as my witness. Like, 2 minutes earlier, that guy went in on that camp, and I was like, that guy's doomed. That guy, like, Giga Chad, but also that guy is doomed. I called it completely. And 20 minutes earlier and an hour earlier, I almost died to that area.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not taking anyone's aggro there. Yeah. So that guy died, and
he's level 1.
Is what it is.
He went back to level 1. He returned. And he's undead, right? So he's back to death now. Feels good, man. It's a good clip. It's a good clip.
I've overextended.
Incredible.
Oh yeah, back to Cormier. I have to go back to Guild Wars 1 Classic.
Yeah, dude, it's good. Yeah, Guild Wars 1 HC. Guild Wars 1
I really
HC.
like playing Necro.
Yeah? Were you summoning...
Like
what was your build? What was the build you're playing?
Oh, I've got the Scythe memes. The
Oh,
Soul? Is it Soul Taker?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so fun. So
Yeah.
I used to only have a ritualist, and back in the days when I was a little peepo, that was just, I saw Guild Wars 2 and I was like, oh, I should go back and play Guild Wars 1. Like I never
Yeah.
played it before, and I was like, yo, go get my HOM 30. So I picked ritualist, and I was like, ooh, it plays like a tower defense almost.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite customs back in like StarCraft 1. Stack D. Let's go. And yeah, I made a new character. It was like during the anniversary. I read about like the scythe build, the wacky scythe that uses like soul reaping, I think, for its main stat instead of like the typical stats on it,
Yep.
like dervish stats. And I was like, oh, let's go. And yeah, it was a really good build. It's really fun. No, I wasn't playing that in HC. I'm not playing HC. I am not like I'm not HC enabled. Yes, I saw the video on YouTube and I was like, oh, this looks like gaming.
Okay, basically the orb. Okay, apparently there's like a blue orb. A blue orb or something. And that achievement was bugged. And that essentially caused Frosty's girlfriend to uninstall the game. It was bugged for 3
orb?
months.
What the fuck?
Oh. Look at what we have here. We have a massive raid. We have a enormous raid. Apparently of poor people invading the stream. We are too poor to have a raid match. Thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate that. They are not poor. Ignore them. Well, I mean that's good, I guess. We love to see that. Thank you very much indeed. And yeah, did you know this, Achiosness? Awesomeness, for those who don't know, this is a dev I'm talking to right now. Do you know that VTubers are taking over Guild Wars 2? Actually true. I don't know if you've been seeing this.
Kind of nice.
Yeah.
At some point,
This is a VTuber game now.
yeah. I mean, I'm like down. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's it is kind of scary being on camera. I've never cammed on mine, right? So, and I don't think I'd feel comfortable streaming all the time with my face. But when Deaxon had the PNG tube thing,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a good idea. Just
Yeah.
like, I could mock something up in paint.
It's actually hype. Yeah, when my camera broke,
Yeah.
this was I was so impressed, but this is actually so impressive. People are so talented, right? When my camera broke, Sethius, who was watching my stream, she like whipped up like a PNG tuber avatar for me. Like gave me the software and boom, I was reborn as a 2-dimensional image. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's huge. Oh,
Yeah.
I could get art of Reformed. Oh, that'd be so good.
Yeah. I think it's for the raid,
Yeah,
Estelle.
it's
I really
pretty
appreciate that. It's very kind of you. And of course, welcome to the game. And yes, of course, I may have been aware that you're a VTuber. I am the Twitch observer. Not only do I stream this game, I'm watching all the streams. I'm everywhere. There's no escape.
chat.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in every chat. Yeah. I'm in literally every chat. Yeah.
4-letter name. That's huge on Twitch.
Yeah. That is powerful, actually. It's. I guess. I mean. Whenever I see someone who kind of has like how can I say this, like either a short name or a name that's you'd expect to be taken, I go, oh shit, this is the real deal. You know what I mean? It's like I go, oh
like a
shit.
common word.
Yeah, like a common word or even just a name, right? Like a real life name, and that's their Twitch name. I go, oh my god, this person is legit. Because otherwise, how would they have that name, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Destroyed Tea. Oh, that's interesting, actually. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, that's cool stuff. It's actually something that I would like to try it at some point. Like, I'm big into raiding, but I haven't played Final Fantasy. A really good friend of mine, though, Lara. You might have actually heard of Loranity, actually, because she's done some stuff with Final Fantasy. Yeah, she recently did an Ultimate. Looked really cool. I was kind of, I was observing. I was very interested in what was going on with that. Yeah, she did UCOB, right? Like, that was the one that she took down recently. I think she's doing more as well, actually, but I'm not sure on that. Obviously, a lot going on with Guild Wars 2 right now, so that might be a long-term goal at some stage.
Would you buy the skip before even installing the game?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I just want to play the raids. Okay, so I would probably skip. I know that might be blasphemy, but yeah, I would definitely I would definitely go that way. There's a reason there's a reason I like the Guild Wars 2 stuff, right? Like, I like horizontal progression. I just want to log in. I want to log in and kill some bosses, man. Let's go. I'll return from retirement if you try to try 14. Oh, that's very kind of you. Give me a boost. Love to see it. But yeah, obviously. I'm glad you enjoyed my videos. Yeah, I hope they were good ones. And yeah, if you got any questions or you need anything, you can always give me a ping. You're welcome. Prod me and I'll respond. Yeah. MMOs are unplayable unless you pay for the skip. That is true. Yeah.
I started without the skip, and I eventually bought it, but then by the time I bought the skip, my group was like not playing anymore. Red Mage looked cool though, so.
You're missing all the YouTube slop you can make and feast from getting a first-time story player. I mean, look, that is true actually. You can get a lot of YouTube slop out of that. But you can get loads of slop out of first-time ultimate player as well, huh? So it's all good. There's slop no matter what.
I don't engage well with story instances. So like in Guild Wars 2, I typically jump around on like the furniture or like props in the instance. Final Fantasy XIV doesn't have quite the movement system. So I broke early and I broke hard.
Oh wow. So it was like a total break, like unrecoverable.
Yeah. The wallet was opened. It was like I gotta go.
Yeah, and I think that that's the. I think that's the case with a lot of these games. That sometimes you do have to kind of push through a little bit at the start. I think that a lot of people tell me that about Final Fantasy is that you gotta put the work in to get to like the really good stuff. Unless you really like the story, right? Obviously.
What's cool is like even if you skip and you go back to play the older content, it down levels you. I think they tweaked it a little bit, so you still can like you could like still go back and play like the low level dungeons, without being like too crept.
Yeah, I actually really that approach is really good. I'd actually like to see WoW do that, because obviously like WoW they don't give a fuck, right? It's like move on, play the next piece of content, right? But I think it's really cool that you can go back and do the old raids in Final Fantasy, and they still like exist in the form that they, more or less. As I understand, like obviously it's not exactly the same, right? But broadly speaking, it's pretty similar, which I think is really good.
Yeah, losing abilities, it feels bad. It feels bad, but I don't know. I reran like some low stuff, and I was like, that's not the worst thing.
Veil Guardian, yeah, I mean, poor Veil Guardian. Veil Guardian does suffer with he struggles with the current balance in the game. That's definitely the case.
Lost. I think I wonder. Oh, I bet with the new specs, I wonder if we'll see the Pug strat for Sabbatha is just no cannons.
I mean, it should be, right? It should be getting to that point now. It should be getting there. It's going in that direction. Yeah. B-Boy is saying it already is. Yeah, poor old Veil Guardian.
Ooh, I don't think
the best part is that when Bard drops, it's over. Right? Like, it's actually over for all of these old raids. Like, there's no recovery.
Distort every green and...
Yeah.
Distort World Ender? I don't even think that works, but...
No, that doesn't work, yeah. But you could distort... You know what's crazy? You can distort the flame wall on Sabbatha. So you can just pop it and the flame wall will like go through the entire group and you can ignore that entirely.
It doesn't last the whole duration of the flame wall, but yeah, if everyone's like ready for it,
yeah,
and they just like stand in it, yeah.
How many mechanics can you do that for? You can do that because the thing is, a 2-second distortion is really good. That's a long time actually, right? In mechanical sense, it's going to be very strong.
Yeah, I think, oh man, what else could you do? You could just like blast on Frozen King. Because I think you can distort the ice, like the third impact. So like you just don't even slow DPS, maybe?
Wait, does that... I'm not sure if Invuln works there for that.
Oh, maybe it doesn't. Deimos is cooked? No, because this...
Deimos is not
Shout
more
doesn't-
cooked than it already was, I feel like. No, because that fight is shut down by Aegis, and you don't really need...
Yeah.
There's no like new stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the Pulsing Aegis on Chrono would still be, I think, king on Deimos, but...
Yeah. They removed Distort Share for a reason. Yeah, it's definitely a very, very zany effect. Or will Ura LCM be through the new specs? I think very likely, yeah. Just the amount of extra damage you're going to get from that, it's going to be really, really high. I think it's extremely likely that there's going to be a fair bit of power creep in the next expansion. So I think, I know Ura LCM now is honestly very manageable in my opinion. In its current, you need to do a good rotation. For sure, like you can't slack, but it's very manageable, especially because, well, there's currently a bug that makes the fight significantly easier if you abuse it, and obviously, like many teams are obviously going to opt for that approach too, to make the last phase easier.
It's interesting. The logs I saw after the patch, most of them still had all the vent shots.
Yeah. So,
like the first 3 kills I saw, I think they all had their vent shots. But yeah, that was wacky.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the really big thing, right? The vent shot cap is what makes the fight a lot more manageable in the last phase. Definitely a lot less messed up. Yeah. How long till Distort Share gets deleted, like Extirpate from Necrospear? Extirpate is really interesting, actually. I don't know exactly why they removed it, to be honest, from Spear. I don't think it was problematic, really. No joke, I actually think they might have removed Extirpate because it was too weak. And they put weakness on it instead. And that actually is a very strong effect, right? Like, the fact that you can apply weakness, you have a boon removal, and it applies weakness is actually very nice. Like, that might be... The theory is that the effect wasn't doing enough, and they wanted to make it a bit better, almost.
I actually don't remember what it did.
It was like mini Spellbreaker bubble. Like, it like prevented boons from being applied.
Ooh. Very, very PvP.
Yeah. It was very PvP coded.
Distort the spreads on KOCM.
Ooh. I mean, that's the way it is. But it's interesting, though. Like, I feel like ArenaNet... I could see ArenaNet adding Extirpate back now because they are going big on unique mods on a lot of these specs. Like, Luminary has a deep unique mod. 2 unique mods, even. And Bard has a couple, too. Yeah. oh no. Wow, this is
What's happening?
Oh no. Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
I've received information. I'm sending you the information. You've received the information. Do you think that's a bit? Do you think it's about that they have any quickness to Gale Shot when other QDBS also bring some Might and Perma Fury? Yes, I do. It's something I actually specifically commented on. I think they're quite likely to add some Might and Fury elsewhere in the kit. Do it. Well, they could honestly make the. Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think they'll probably change that. Another follow-up for you. It's good. I once joined a pug. They asked me to ping. I just said I will be double the second highest DPS. I was correct. XDD tree. I mean, that's... Yeah, honestly, that kind of confidence is what you get in. Are there any new specs we've seen so far? Seeing you interested in playing? Troubadour, probably. Honestly, they all look pretty interesting. Troubadour and Luminary, I'd say in particular. I'm very interested to see, like, what Luminary would look like in PvP. For sure.
Ranger is one of like my least played classes. It's in the bottom 50%.
Yeah.
And I do like Druid. And I did know that Gale Shot was gonna have some mobility.
Yeah.
But I hadn't tried it. And then I saw the stream and I was like, oh, I'm hype. The leap that keeps momentum.
Yeah, the leap
massive.
is very nice. The leap is very
is
powerful.
huge.
It's very powerful. Yeah. Wait, no. No, people... Yeah, half that I don't even check. No, people definitely check kp.me, but yeah, if people know who you are, they won't check. Like, people don't check me, for example. People don't even ask me if I join.
There are add-ons in the game that will check anyone in your...
Yeah. You can literally have an add-on that auto checks, right? Like using yeah. So it's very easy to check. Like I guarantee you, people are checking.
And like maybe crazy, but if you're gonna ask for KP, I think you should run that add-on instead of demanding
it's
everyone
definitely
their thing.
It's definitely better. Yeah, it makes it way smoother. Having to like manually look it up every time sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daily reminder: coffer stack is the best use of your coffers. Wait, how many dooms do I have? 39 dooms. Ooh, feels good.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Too bad CM doesn't drop a chest every
Oh, it's
time.
this guy.
Like a unique.
I know who this firebrand is. He's blasting. How do you get that to begin with? They could delete your KP. Well, I mean, how do you get there? I mean, you just have to get good at the game. Like, if you get good at the game, people will know you, right? That's it.
Also, the add-on can check Wingman. So if anyone has ever logged you in a...
Yeah.
If anyone ever produced a log and uploaded it to Wingman, they can see how many kills you have on Wingman. So which I think is a better measurement than KP. But it's still scuffed. It still doesn't... It might correlate with experience, but I don't think it actually... I don't think it really tracks it that well.
How do you get good without logs and KP? I mean, obviously, I don't actually think I have a KP.
Exclamation point Discord! Exclamation point Discord!
Well,
join the Discord.
Well, yeah, it's just that I don't think I have I don't think I have a KPME. I don't think I've used it.
Yeah, but I'm saying for anyone that's like, how do you start? Actually, you go to snowcrows.com/groups, and there's a huge list of Discords there. You'll see Scan Gang on there. You'll see Hardstuck on there. You'll see Snowcrows Discord, where maybe you can't join their guild, but you can ask them questions on how to improve your DPS or rotation or like whatever, and like log review. People, there's like so many resources out there. I think the
make it all look and you'll see, dude. I am willing. I am so fucking willing to do. Okay, look, Habibi for life. I will make a bet with you that I will have zero issue getting into groups on an alt account. It will be very easy for me to do it. I'd actually be willing to bet money on it. What are we even arguing about here?
Because the easy way is you just buy the commander tag and you lead your own 0 KP group. And you just say, you know, first timers, let's go. And you realize that you start with strikes. They're free. Then you realize that like Wing 4 is relatively free. If you mash buttons, most of the raids will die. Like, let's be real.
Huge. The commander tag is OP as well. It is very OP.
And you might get lucky, and you know, experienced players join in on your random training group, and they like help carry.
That you don't want to interview Solid 1v9 is doing a victory stream. I mean, wow.
Masters?
That's...
Wait, who?
yeah. I mean, there you go. I mean, look, you know, you can do that. Yeah. Joining KP required was that KP would get you kicked, and you never get kicked is dishonest. Well, I mean, people know who Nike is, right? Like, they're not going to kick
If you
them.
don't have KP, here's the thing: if you don't have KP, and a group is asking for KP, yes, you probably shouldn't join that group. That's like you read the LFG and whatever the commander is asking, it is their group, and so they have the power to kick you. So you follow what they say. Mighty T-Bot can probably join because people recognize him. Also, he probably does have logs in Wingman. Which
Yeah, I
is
definitely
one of
have
the other
logs,
sources
yeah.
of KP.
I definitely have logs.
It's the commander's group. It's the commander's rules.
Which boss in WoW caused you to get closest to breaking? Honestly, I haven't really felt broken by any boss. I haven't felt like very frustrated by any boss in particular. Actually, I'm pretty resilient. I haven't really felt like, oh man, this is horrible. The one that actually was the closest to causing the guild to disband was Muggsy on the latest tier. That was like the closest the guild has ever been to just like flat out disbanding. But that, you know, I wasn't really stressed out by it.
The breaker.
Yeah. Yeah. Your favorite class is the PvP meta right now? Yeah, exactly. Scourge. It's here.
The forbidden one.
Yeah.
Full trading every game
it's in every game mode. It is in every game mode, yeah.
Ooh, I found a weird bug. I think maybe 2+ years ago. Ellie Sword, it can actually auto attack midair.
Wow.
In every attunement except for air, ironically.
Jesus. Enjoy that.
Yeah.
meme.
Also, yeah. If you join groups asking for KP, let's say they ask for like 10. Honestly, I don't see people going that high, but like, let's say they ask for like 10 KP, maybe even 20 KP. If you join and you say like, I know the fight, please give me a chance, you're probably given a chance. But I know the fight, I have build, you know, I quickness if you're doing quickness, I alacrity if you're doing alacrity. If you just join and you say that, like, pretty good chance you're getting in.
Yeah.
At least based on my experience pugging, where I've seen like core revs like wander into like a wing 4 that didn't say anything, and they got their free wing 4. And then yeah, you say like, can you give me a chance? If I mess up, you know, you can kick. You know. And I don't know.
From my dream.
Oh, I would love to do a stream where I do that,
Yeah.
but I don't think I could do it. I would probably have to make an alt and just do local record.
More violence, I say. Less violence.
Do people stream like pugging? I don't know if I've seen it in a while. I mean, like Deaxon used to, but I don't know if any Deaxons have stepped up. There's the infamous KOCM,
Yeah.
the breaker.
Yeah, I mean, Deaxon's playing RuneScape, right?
I heard about that.
Yeah, he's logged in.
The stories of the game are really nice. I like the stories because
Yeah, the quests
I
are
don't have
really
to look
fun.
at the actual gameplay.
Whoa! Whoa! Bro, that's a bit harsh. Just like drop, you just nuke the game. You just nuke the game.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It's like Eve, right? Like a lot of people, they like the stories that come out of Eve, but like there's no way they could play it.
Yeah.
Right.
The menus.
I
the
could
menus
play
win.
Eve.
Yeah.
I couldn't play OSRS. That's
Yeah, I mean,
it's so cozy, but the gameplay does not look cozy. The clicking,
it's pretty.
So,
like the actual hardcore
intense.
stuff, like the hardcore PVM stuff, it's actually really intense. Same as the
I like the
PvP. It's like really hardcore. Yeah, it's really hardcore.
The patterns from the bosses on the ground are cool because it has like a grid system,
Yeah.
so like they can do like some really cool patterns. And it's like kind of like turn based, kind of. I don't know. It's like outside of the actual gameplay, it just looks rad. Looks cozy too. It's not that I require keybinds. It's just that
Wait, is there like a mod that can like do keybinds, or is that like illegal? Because you can like mod your client, right? Or is that, or am I wrong on that?
I think
That's gig illegal. You can't do that. Okay. You have to use the mouse.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I just thought it was like culturally, like it was frowned upon. Like people, it has like noob stink, so no one did it. But it's interesting that it's illegal. That's that's intense.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I mean, look, to be honest, RuneScape is definitely a game that I do enjoy, but I'm not sure if I could really. I'm not sure I'd kind of want to play it just chill. You know, I don't think I'd want to go into the. I wouldn't want to like go super hardcore. I think it's like it's very cozy, right? It's a really really cozy game in my opinion. It's like very relaxing. Yeah. Whoa. How many Scourges were in EU finals? I think not as many as NA. I believe only 3. 2 on one side and then 1 on the other. So it wasn't quite as infested as perhaps the NA finals.
You know, it's great. Wait, now that I think about it, even when I'm on EU, I don't think people. EU does ask for KP more often than NA. Like, that's because NA like rarely asks for it.
Yeah.
But even on EU today, when I was looking at the LFG, people weren't really asking for the KP. It's just so I feel like I live in a different dimension.
Why has Guild Wars 2 become so elitist? I will actually I will give you the actual answer here. So the reason why players engage in this behavior is because unfortunately the game makes it very difficult, or rather, no, it's not that actually. The game's not making it difficult. Because that's the incorrect framing. The game doesn't really give you the tools to control your experience. Again, the very obvious comparison here is WoW, right? In WoW, you have loads of information at your disposal. I can see people's gear, I can see their build, I can see what class they're playing, I can see, what talents they have equipped. I can see what content they've completed. I can see how well they did in that content when they completed it, right? I have the tools to create the type of group that I'm looking for, and to find like-minded players, and to find the experience that I'm looking for and I enjoy personally, right? And Guild Wars 2, you don't really, you're far and blind, right? You're just kind of YOLOing it. You don't know, you don't know who you're dealing with, right? Like, it's very difficult to create the type of environment that you want and have fun in, right? That's why. That's why people do this in this game. And yeah, for what it's worth, I actually do agree with you. It's incredibly undesirable. Like, I don't really pug in Guild Wars 2 because I've had look. There was actually a moment that basically made me quit. It's a very funny moment. I was doing a weekly reclear, a farm kill, right, of a of a challenge mode. It was, yeah, it's KOCM. Yeah, Awesomeness knows what I'm talking about. And I made this group. I said, you need to be extremely experienced. I'm looking for pumpers. I'm looking for blasters, right? That was very clear. I said this on stream and in my FG. It really couldn't have been clearer with what I was looking to do. And we join. We pull the boss once. And it's very obvious to me that people have never done this before, right? And I say, guys, come on, look. Just tell me, like, who hasn't done this before? And like, fucking 4 of them said, yeah, I have not I got to 10% or I got to, you know, last phase or whatever. No, they flat out said, I have never done this before, even once. I have never tried this boss before. And it's like, oh, I have to tell you, like, I'm done. Like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not using this system, right? That's like, I don't know. And the thing is, the problem is, Yori Coyote, is there's nothing I can do about that. Like, I can't prevent that from happening. The only way I can prevent that from happening is using Discord and vetting people. And that's what people do now. Like, they individually vet people in their communities and then play from that pool of players, right? As opposed to using like the game itself, like, you know, the LFG, which is the mass, you know, the big pool of players in the actual game itself. People create their own private pools that they individually vet and trust. Nobody checks KP? I mean, people do check. To be fair, like, when I was doing that, that was kind of before it really took off, right? And it became, like, very ubiquitous. But the thing is, I also like to trust people as well, right? Like, I don't... Yeah. I don't like the idea that, like, I have to check if everyone's lying to me. That just... I don't know, that feels like such a weird environment that I have to assume that people aren't telling me the truth. It's why I kind of like the, it's why I like the transparency. Doesn't mean the boss dies. Yeah, I completely agree, which is why I prefer, again, logs, right? If you have basically in World of Warcraft, when you mouse over a player, it will show you, I have an add-on that shows me their logs, so their percentile pars on every boss I'm looking for. Basically, I can see how well they did on those bosses. So if I see, oh, this person pars 0, I'm not going to add them because they bought, basically, right? Like, yes, yeah, I completely agree with you. Yeah.
Everyone has to do it for the first time, though. It seems so weird to require that someone has done it. Catch-22. That's why there are discords for first-time groups. That's like it's so crucial. There are discords for that, but also if you buy the tag, and I don't know. I feel like if you buy the tag, it's
not even about training. It's not even about training groups or communities. Look, so okay, look, Mr. Sturg, here's an interesting thing, right? Okay, okay. If I was at the gym, right? No, actually better. I think swimming is a good example because it's like so binary, right? If I'm swimming and I'm training and some guy says, hey, can I come and train with you? I've never swum before. I can say no, right? Because that just doesn't make any sense, right? I could say yes and I could teach someone how to swim, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to, you know, train with people who are kind of in a similar position to me, like where I'm at, with my experience in the sport, right? It doesn't make any sense. Like, yeah, you have to learn how to swim for the first time, but that doesn't mean that you can join any group and play with them because someone has to do, you know, you have to do it first, right? You want to join a group that's doing progression. You want to join a group that's learning. You want to join a group that's willing to teach you, right? Like, you want to find the correct environment for that.
I'm actually curious. Do people perceive strikes as also requiring KP?
Well, they kind of do because people do farm runs, so they typically quite a lot of them do on EU. Yeah, like the farm runs are like 250 LI requirements.
I'm talking like IBS 5, like the daily groups for IBS 5. Oh my god, these people getting pulled. I wonder. Oh, maybe the play is because NA doesn't really ask for KP. Maybe anyone that doesn't have KP, they should transfer to NA, and just play NA. Eagle Dawn.
Yeah. First on Glitch, you aren't even guaranteed a player who has ever finished a raid. Yeah, but okay, look, here's the thing. You want, and this actually, I do kind of blame the game a little bit for this, is that it creates this entitlement. You are not entitled to join anyone's group. This is a really important concept to understand.
True.
That is simply not how it works. If people do not want to play with you, that is their decision, right? If you make the group, you get to decide, right? Who you play with. Right, but you are not entitled to join someone's group. Again, like the sports thing. Nobody's entitled to come and train with me, right? In the same way that I'm not entitled to go and train with Michael Phelps, right? That's, of course not. Like, that doesn't make any sense, right? Like, what? No, of course not. In that type of situation. This is the key thing to understand. And again, I actually do kind of think that the way the game does kind of bait people into thinking this way, because you can actually join anyone's group. You can just click on someone's group. Again, I believe this to be an amazingly key thing about WoW's approach. So for those who don't know, guys, WoW basically works the opposite to Guild Wars 2. When you list your group, people apply and then you accept or deny them. You cannot just, / join someone or click join. That's not how it works. You apply and then the group leader has the control over if you make it into that group. And therefore you don't really have this attitude nearly as much within WoW, because the game is basically telling you that you're not entitled to join someone's group. Whereas in Guild Wars 2, it kind of is, I guess. So I have some sympathy for people kind of getting a bit of culture shock here. Oh, wait, Sneb? Ah, the goose.
Stack of LI. But it's interesting. I most often hear raids associated with KP, but not strikes. So that's why I was curious about that.
Okay, here we go. I wanted to jump on really quickly, then I gotta go do yard work. We're missing a key thing here. The people that are complaining, what they're really expressing is that when they go to find a group,
there's only experienced groups available. Yeah,
exactly. There are only experienced groups available. Therefore, they don't view there as being any avenue to finding a way to play the raid. So they perceive it as, I can only play the raid if I've played the raid. And so we just keep talking in circles about that issue over and over and over again. This is because of a plethora of reasons. One of them is the commander tag being 300G and not inherent in like a mentor tag or anything. Yep. Another is just the culture of the game and people's unwillingness. Another is that there aren't really good tools for being a leader, period. Another is that people don't get used to the systems because the game doesn't bridge them into end game very well. Like, there's so many reasons why this exists. But the reality is that if a new player wants to go learn how to raid, they look at the LFG and they see only experienced groups, and it's because everyone else had to go through that crap too, and they don't want to again. It sucks.
Question: Do people first trying to get into raids with 0 KP, are they willing to join groups that explicitly say 0 KP?
And the answer to that is they'll say that that's not true, but most people don't want to join a newbie group because they know the success rate will be almost 0.
Yep.
Right? Very, very few people want to join a group where they're at the same level as everyone, because they're going to struggle and it's going to be painful. But the reality is that everyone who's asking for KP had to do that at one point. And that's why they're asking for KP, is because they don't want to do it again.
There's literally Discord communities trying to help people learn raiding. Yeah, but okay, look, okay, so this is that stuff is great, Yodi Cody, and I'm a really big fan of that. But one, it's ultimately opaque, right? Like, if you don't know about those things, they don't exist. And this is the reality of the situation. If your game doesn't have an active LFG, it's horrible for new players. Like, okay, I actually want to point something out here. Me, Sneb, and Awesomeness are agreeing with people in the chat here. We are all ultimately united on that we think the new player experience for raids and strikes is very bad, actually, in Guild Wars 2. It's really not good. Because the in-game solutions are just not good for the LFG, ultimately. And I hate to say it, guys, look, Discords are great. Love them. Love that stuff. Awesome. I'm sorry, if your in-game stuff doesn't work, new players are going to bounce off that like nobody's business. You cannot just rely on Discord servers to do this. Because again, it's too opaque. People just don't know they exist. It's just not good enough.
Yeah, every single one of the Discords are so helpful and good.
Yeah, they're great.
Whatever. But like I run one of them. I think my Discord's pretty great, but I actually hate it at the same time because the fact that it has to exist kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Right? The fact that I have to go and say, hey, come to my secret Discord server where we're going to match you with 9 other people that have similar skill level and other people will mentor you and help you. It sounds like we're some kind of cult, right? Like we shouldn't need to have those kind of things for somebody to just get in there. It's another thing is difficulty levels, right? Like there's all of these things that fall under this big umbrella of difficulty and challenge in getting into end game content. But ultimately, it's really difficult. Do you remember the comment? Do you remember the tea time comment? Remember how we had a discussion about this like years ago? And there was somebody that came into the comments and was like really critical of me. Do you remember that? And then the guy 3 months later, he came back and he said, you were actually right about the whole thing. And what I'm alluding to is we were talking about this very issue where we're like, hey, you know, pugging sucks. Like there's a reason why people ask for KP. And this person was like, this is just toxic. Like you shouldn't even be talking about this. Like you should just let people in. And we kind of said, okay, well go do it. They came back 3 months later and apologized. They said, hey, I tried pugging and I did this for 3 months and I get it now. And I was wrong and I'm sorry. Wild.
Someone in my chat is saying, yeah, but newbie groups are full of people with green gear or something, acting based on their DPS. Swear to God, if we just had proper gear inspect, it'd be 100 or 1,000 times easier to run groups. I do think, yeah, I think the opacity on gear and builds is pretty rough, especially like when you ask for a role and then someone joins, but they don't actually have the role, and then you have to pull, and then you have to GG, and then and then it's weird. Like, do I have to kick this person now? I do think inspect would be nice, but
well, there's something else that plays into that, right? It's this idea that the variance in the skill of a new player is so high. That's why new players don't want to play together. It's because a new player could be somebody who's like fully juiced out in open world legendary armor, but they've never stepped foot into a raid together. They have like a full build. They've practiced on the golem for 3 hours. They read every raid guide, and then they go in and there's just this person that stumbled in from Lion's Arch,
so here's
and they have all green gear.
So is
no
there
idea.
There should be a cohort of players that graduate through strikes, right? There should be a pretty large cohort of the community of the player base that starts with strikes, IBS 5, and they get through IBS 5, I think, before they do raids. Right? Like raid's scary word. But I don't that's my assumption. Is that happening to people? Like the people that are having like problems with KP, are they able to clear IBS 5? Because I think if you can clear IBS 5, I think you're pretty set up to start raiding.
Well, nothing tells you what the difficulty levels are, right? Like it
yes,
seems like you have to imagine that you're a new player and you look at it all, right? It just seems like they'd all be on the same level.
I think that's true, but I think people do strikes before they do raids, and they've already conquered one of the difficulty spikes, right? From like open world or whatever to IBS 5. Like IBS 5 is like not trivial compared to.
Yeah. Okay, what I'm about to say could be absolutely incorrect, but I actually think that raids are more accessible than strikes in a sense. And what I mean, just wait before everyone flames me. What I mean is that you can get to raids faster in the game than strikes, because you can just go to Lion's Arch and just step into the aerodrome. And as long as you're level 80, you immediately have access to all the raids and the LFG and stuff. Whereas with strikes, you have to like go to different places, right? So
if we limit it to just IBS 5 though, you do have to
if
have,
we
I
limit
guess,
it to
the
just
content
IBS
for eating.
5, then I guess wait, I could be wrong about this again. Don't you need to have you need to have Iceberg Saga to do those though?
Yeah,
no?
but to do raids, you also have to have the expansions, I guess.
Well, but the expansions
but
are
I guess
more people are
more
likely to have
people-
the expansion than
Yeah,
to
especially
have
Heart of
Iceberg
Thorns,
Saga.
right? Because it's like
Yeah.
free, or not free, but it's like included with everything.
Is IBS base POF? Is that true? I don't know. I'm just saying.
It is, yeah. You do get,
Yeah.
yeah, you get Iceberg Saga with POF, yeah.
Oh, wait, that's massive.
Yeah.
Okay, that is good.
It's actually massive.
It is
Then what
nice.
that means is that it is.
That means POF
pretty-
gives you raids and strikes.
Yeah,
like what a
it's
deal!
good.
That
Wow.
it is generally
Bargain.
Can I
accessible.
get a
Okay, that's why I said I could be
exclamation
wrong.
point Guild Wars 2?
Yeah,
in chat?
buy the game, guys. Buy the game.
But isn't that just wild though? Like, then they're at least equal, right? Like I can go to a raid or I can go to a strike as soon as I buy the HOT POF thing and get to level 80. And for a new player, you don't really know what the difference is. Like it's not abundantly clear to you.
I guess
So
if,
and it doesn't say what the difficulty of them is.
if you just go through the story mode, I guess you would have. Let's say you like are pumping the story. I guess you would experience IBS strike-like content, but you would never have experienced anything like the raids, because the story takes you through like kind of those fights, right? Assuming you did like the full living story, or assuming you did IBS, right? The story in IBS.
Yeah.
Look, I have to say something, because we were talking about this. Guys, I'm actually going to make a very strong claim here, because, look, I don't think elitism is an issue in any MMO. Okay, I will admit, people have told me that Lost Ark is really fucking weird, but I have never seen any game actually have a major issue with elitism whatsoever. Because when people say elitism, they're basically saying people want to play with other people around their skill level. Like, that's not... That's not a problem, right? Like, if that's the case, right? The problem, and this is what it's always going to be in these situations, it's definitely the case in Guild Wars 2, is that there aren't enough groups for newer players, right? And this is a problem in games, right? Especially as content becomes more mature. Think about this, like how many people are going to be doing like Veil Guardian progression? Like this raid came out like 10 years ago. That's going to be a problem. The key is making it really, really easy for new players to find other players who are also in that progression experience, so that they can make groups, right? Look, do you guys realize how bad of an idea it is to like force players of different experience levels to play together? I think PvP is a really good example, guys. A really good example of this. Do you know what happens when you have a silver player in the same game as a player from Plat or Legend? I'll tell you, everybody has a horrible time. Nobody
Regardless
has fun.
of team.
Regardless of team. If it's the silver player against a platinum player or a silver player with a platinum player, nobody is having fun in that game. It is miserable for everyone. Even if you win, if you lose, it is miserable to have that experience, right? It's the same in PvE. Like, if you put players of different interests, different experience levels, different attitudes, different goals, right? It's just gonna be a shit experience. I'm sorry, it just is, right? It's just not fun. Yeah, it's not fun to have that. You need to have people on the same page, right? Yeah.
I will like completely admit the game does not have the best tools. It has very poor tools. I do want to stress though, anyone that's having a problem with KP, assuming you can find a build, you could also find the snowcrows/groups, snowcrows.com/groups, and there are places that will help you get started on your journey. And it's very likely that even like the training groups that hit the LFG, there's going to be some experienced person that goes in there and like just blasts, and you're gonna get to see the boss. Like, I don't know, all the trainings and stuff I joined off the LFG, I'm I don't know. I just mash buttons. I get like decent DPS, but there's generally like another pumper or 2 or like 5 in there. They're just like in there helping people.
Yeah.
And there are private guilds that will. They're like guilds that will post their training to the LFG. But yeah, there are things. Yeah.
Or just like fill. They'll do like they'll just like fill the last player right in their runs.
I actually think that snowcrows.com/groups is probably the most powerful page on their website. I almost want to ask them, hey, can you guys put that as a banner just on every page? Give every user a cookie. If you detect it's the first time that they're loading the page, spam them with the groups page. Okay, just blast them.
Experience or percentage of the player base even plays the end game. That's correct, but why is WoW's percentage way higher? It's because the new player experience in WoW is like 1,000,000 times better. Look, guys, Blizzard somehow managed to make about 20% of the player population-ish clear heroic, right? Like, that's crazy. Like, clearing heroic is not... It's not free, right? Like, the bosses are not free at all, especially when it's like a harder boss like Ansarek or something. About 20% of the population clears, sorry. Like, I'd say Heroic Ansarek is significantly harder than saying like Doom CM is now. That's like 20% of the entire Guild Wars 2 player base, like, clears Doom CM. Like, and it's significantly harder than Doom CM is now. That's crazy. How is that possible? It's very simple. It's because the game just has like way better group formation tools, and also a better culture. Like, people don't mind like losing in that game, or at least, you know, they won't just give up, right? Like, yeah, it's not rocket science, guys. Like, this is a funny thing. Everyone's looking, looks at Guild Wars 2 and go, why isn't it working? Oh my god, if only there was another game that had a really successful raid scene that we could look at to figure out why it isn't working. It's like, come on, guys. Look, I hate to say it, guys. I know that Blizzard aren't, you know, sometimes they are a little bit derivative. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. But guys, they fixed this problem 10 years ago, right? Like, yeah, this is not... This is not some unsolved question in mathematics or something like that. No, this is Pythagoras, guys. Like, we know how to do this. Like, it's not an equation we need to come up with or some kind of, you know, like, crazy conjecture that hasn't been proved. Like, we know exactly how this works. We know exactly how to make it work. Like, other games do it. It's not rocket science. Yeah.
I think it's interesting that Snap, you mentioned this, how like the experienced players, they went through the journey already, and a large part of the people that go through the journey to go from 0 KP to like anything larger than that, they don't turn around and help other people that are just about to start that journey.
Well, I can tell you why.
Well, it's painful. I mean, it's painful. It is like rough for sure.
It's not even that it's necessarily super difficult. It's that, one, teaching is actually a skill. There's a reason why people go to school for it and like learn about teaching methodology and stuff. It's difficult to be a leader. Like, Plenex was leading us in Embodiment of Sin. He's a very talented leader, right? Like, he's very good at it. And that is a skill. It's a talent.
Most people would have broken.
Yeah, like, most people would have been like, Sneb, why do you keep not going to the correct place? but Plenex was patient. He only like lightly scorched me every once in a while. But that was appropriate scorching.
Yeah.
So it's a skill. But then more beyond that, people who do the mentoring have negative experiences with the people that they're trying to help. A lot. It happens a lot. One time, there was some like big training thing going on years ago, and we were doing Keep Construct, and these people came in and they were grossly underprepared for the raid, but I still wanted them to feel included. They were doing like 5k DPS on DPS classes. I was tanking on a DPS scrapper so that we could do more damage to Keep Construct. We were there for an hour and a half, and we were getting nowhere. So I finally just said, hey, I think we need to kind of cool off a bit here. I think we should go back to the drawing board and kind of practice our rotations. I didn't call anyone out specifically. The next day, I got a 3-page hate mail from one of them saying that I was the worst teacher, that I should never deal with people, and that I should be ashamed of myself.
Okay, I hate to derail, but I need to
That's not
talk.
a one-off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
go
yeah,
ahead.
man, that's something that's really bothering me. Like, YouTube chat. Okay, look. Guys, YouTube. You guys need to listen up here. This is very important, okay? It is not elitist for me to want to play with players who have, like, the same goals and values as me, right? That isn't elitism. This is really important. And actually, I kind of want to build a bridge here, MRI Guy 7. I agree with you on everything, but you're mad at the wrong people. And you've misdiagnosed the problem. You're angry at people like me, who basically want to play. I want to play with my friends who pump. I want to one-shot all the bosses and farm everything, and I want to pump. I want to pause, or I want to do good DPS, right? I want to, you know, just have a chill experience. I don't want to do progression every single week. And you're mad at me, but you shouldn't be mad at me. You should be mad that the system is not enabling new players to find other new players so that they can have a really fun progression experience. Because you know what? Raid progression is amazing. That's why I'm raiding in WoW right now, is because I really enjoy beating bosses for the first time, right? And having that experience of discovering something new. I want you to have that experience. I'm not like, oh, look at you, this fucking noob. I hope you never clear the raid. No, absolutely not. No, that would be elitism. I want you to have this experience, and I want the game and the systems and the culture, Sneb's talking about the culture there a little bit, to enable you to have that experience. My critique here is that that's not the case, and I think you've misidentified the issue. You're blaming the veterans and the players like me who just want to play the game. And look, by the way, guys, I'm literally Mr. fucking raid training. This was like what my stream was built on. Like, this is why I find
deep lore.
Dude, this is the deep lore. Holy fuck. Like, you need to understand this, MRI Guy 7. My stream content and what I built my original audience on was that I literally raided on 5 accounts a week, and I did a full clear every single day with randoms, and I built basically the biggest raid guild in EU, right? And that's without even talking about other projects like Hardstuck and all the other stuff that I've done as well. It's like, yeah, dude, I am the guy, right, for this, and so is Sneb, right? And I'm not going to take credit. There's plenty of other people who do this too, right? You know, and so on and so on and so forth, right? Like that's the situation we're in. But look, we are not the problem here, okay? The problem is the fact that the game doesn't really enable people to have good experiences.
Holy crap, I gotta ignite on MRI Guy. I didn't buy the game so that I could teach you raids. I didn't. Nobody did.
You know what's crazy?
There should be zero expectation that,
crazy?
People are going to help you. Like, it is a very nice and altruistic thing to do it. And guess what? I do it, and Teapot does it, and Awesomeness has done it, and literally tons of streamers, and there's amazing communities that do it. But the expectation that people should be helping you learn raids is like crazy. And I actually empathize a lot with the people who complain about quote unquote clueless noobs, because the systems in the game essentially put all of these mismatched expectations together. Like, I can't tell you the number of times I say, one time I was asking for DPS and said EXP, and somebody came in and they said, what does DPS stand for? Right? Like they said DPS, and then I asked them, what does DPS stand for? And they said, I don't know. And I'm like, like, come on, right? Like, of course people are going to get a little bit annoyed with that after a while. You cannot blame them. You can't expect that everyone's just going to be like, oh yeah, now that I know it, it is my duty to teach. I just said this, teaching is a skill. It's hard. And for some people, it makes them extremely uncomfortable because it puts them in positions where they have to give feedback and people don't take that the right way. So of course people are not going to want to do it. Like, it would be insane to expect them to. And you don't want that, because then you're going to have people who aren't good at teaching and who don't like it doing it and making the problem worse.
Yeah. And I really want to go back to the PvP example. When you have mismatched expectations and not everyone's on the board, you have a fucking horrible experience. Like, have you tried look, oh my God. Yeah, Sneb. Like, here's like a fun meme, right? You were queuing PvP the other day, right? You queued into fucking Jaden, like on like your 3rd game of PvP. It's like, what the fuck?
True.
Like, that's horrible. Yeah. Like, why would you ever want this?
Though.
You did beat him.
Ooh,
you took his rating.
Jaden the shambles.
You took his rating.
I stole the rating.
Yeah, but it's just like incredibly, like, what a terrible experience, right? Like, what? Like. No, you don't want this. Like, this is something that you actively do not want. You don't want to mix expectations and goals, right? And you're like where players are at. It doesn't lead to it doesn't lead to good experiences. It really doesn't.
We are getting hung up on one issue though that I think I need to mention. Elitism does exist, but people way overblow it in the games. It's like I don't see it at all. That's the thing, and I think perhaps people have a different definition of elitism, but elitism would suggest that. I mean, I'm just going to Google the exact definition, right?
Well, the reason
elitism definition.
It obviously exists. It's not like 0 people, but what I said was that I don't think it's actually like a major issue, like in any game. I don't think it's ever going to be like the main problem, in games, which I think is true. I'll defend that to the death. I don't believe that elitism is like a major problem in any MMO. It definitely.
And the games that do have it are the games that don't have great systems.
Yeah,
so
a lot of the time it will be made worse by the system. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably more apparent to people in Guild Wars 2 because there is no system to get them graduating. Yeah. I was gonna say shout out to Teapot. So back in the day, before I was a dev, when I was just a DX and leech. Mighty Teapot came to NA and he got me my first Doom CM.
There it is.
In the game ever since.
Making it happen. Job done.
And it was Babby's first tank too. I've only ever tanked up to that point, and I tanked the Doom CM. It was a wacky tank though, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just crazy, right? Like this notion that there's all these elitists running around. Let me tell you, there's a big difference between NA and EU, like a massive difference. On EU, people will just say what their expectations are through a proxy. They ask for kill proof, right? These little tokens that drop between 1 and 5 after you kill a boss, right? So they'll just say, well, I want to see that you have 50 of those because that suggests some level of competency. Is it a great proxy? No, but it's kind of the only one that people have. So they'll do that. They'll ask for the proxy. On NA, people push it further by saying that even asking for KP can be considered as elitism. So guess what people on NA do? They never post in the LFG because they're tired of being called elitist, because it's a defamatory thing to say. It's really rude. So they just don't post anymore. So now everyone hides in Discords and all the best players there's 0 knowledge transfer because you can't even see who they are. You have no idea who's good at raids on NA because they're all private groups. So I mean, this is what can happen, right? And if you keep calling people elitist or suggesting that elitism is this widespread problem, people are actually afraid to be considered elitist because nobody wants to be that. So they just won't post public groups.
There's a fine. No. 500 people in the endgames in per category mitigals too. Yes, but why is Mike Kokens? Why is that? Why is it that way higher percentage of people in WoW are into raiding, have access to raiding, and clear content that's significantly harder than Guild Wars 2 raids? How does that happen? Like, are all the WoW players like genetically built diff? Right? Is that how it is? Of course not. It's because the way the system works enables people to access that content. It definitely helps having multiple difficulty settings, right? They have 4 settings there, and that does help people a lot, I think, to access that content and, potentially build their way up. That is a nice thing about it. But a huge part of it is just the way the game works, right? With the way groups work in that game, it's way easier to get into that content. And I think it's really easy to... like the game literally gives you a fucking skill number from Mythic Plus. Like it tells you how good you are, ish, right? So it tells you what you should do to get better, right? Like you know what I mean? Yeah. WoW lost a good on their
Do you
playbase.
think they could-
OSRS? Wrong. Specifically Classic, by the way. And by the way, absolutely not, dude. Like, dude, we're at the end of the season for WoW. People are like chilling out in the off season before the next patch, right? Which is happening like next month, right? And so that's like context, but also mostly Classic players, because Classic is pretty specifically vanilla, right? It's a lot of the vanilla guys, right? Who are playing WoW now, not retail. These are two different things. It's just a meme? No, it's not a meme at all. There's like loads of like WoW people. A lot of the Classic people are playing old school right now. Yeah. But they'll be back when Classic Plus drops, and they'll be back when the next patch drops, right? Yeah, like, by the way, this is not me shitting on RuneScape, by the way, to be clear. It's just that, look, let's be real here. Like, WoW is in, you know, we're like right at the end of the season, like before the next patch. People are like chilling out. It's like, is what it is.
Do you think it'd be content if I fire up stream and I post on like the Reddit and it's like, okay, 0 KP groups and get carry the creator. Let's go. But I won't lead it. I will do DPS and I will pump. But yeah, totally open to like 0 KP groups. Do you think the groups would form and invite me?
Probably.
No, nobody will want to start the group.
No one will want to start. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, this is what happens, right? I mean, look,
even
in
though
Skein
like,
Gang,
Karen is so free. Oh my goodness.
oh, it's so easy. But in Skein Gang, people join the Discord because they know that we help create groups for people to raid. They join and then they never take any action.
Yeah.
Like, and I would argue that maybe 8 or 9 out of 10 people do that. So we have kind of a funnel problem. So I did an experiment where I said, okay, well, what if I create a new raid team and I just get them started? The groups fill in less than an hour.
Yeah.
And then they regularly go after that. But everyone's just afraid to make the first move. It's difficult. It's just a psychology thing.
Huge. Wait, what are we talking about here?
People use elitism as a proxy for their discontent with the systems in the game.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's an easy way to point a finger and blame something, when in reality,
no,
it's not the correct thing to blame.
And there is a definition here. Claringun, no. Okay, so why don't I like being called an elitist? It's true that, and this is where I am going to split a hair, because this is a really big hair. This is a really important hair to split. Being elite, in other words, honestly, I would never call myself an elite gamer. That's like very pretentious, right? But being elite does not mean that you are an elitist. Okay? Elitism means you look down on people who are also not, quote, who are also not in a certain position, right? That is not my behavior in any way, and everything that I have done in this game is the opposite of that. Like, you can look at my track record, right? It's very clearly that I don't feel that way, right? Like, nobody thinks that, or nobody would describe me that way, right? So the reason I really object when people like accuse me of elitist behavior, because I'm a bit of a sweat and I'd like to get a bit sweaty. I get upset because, yeah, you're insulting me if you say that. You are giving me or attributing a very negative characteristic, and I'm saying no, I do not have this characteristic. Please stop claiming that I have this characteristic. Yeah.
It is fascinating. There's definitely like a lore gap. Oh, that's actually really I never even thought about it. There's a massive lore gap. Because that's actually true. I bet a lot of people haven't, you haven't raided, you haven't like pugged in a while. And they didn't
No.
see how you would just like anything off the LFG, you just join and blast.
Yeah, and just like
Right.
that was like the old heel Scourge days, right? That's like 1v9ing.
I mean, that's what I do on my stream. Like,
yeah.
I join as DPS, and if it's not going well, I forbidden one, and I just and
You
I
just
will
make
stay.
it
I will
work.
stay in the instance until the commander leaves. Right, I'm like in there for life.
Yeah. Is it is it elitism when someone gets annoyed when Peebos don't know what to do in any game? I wouldn't call that elitism on its own, but it could manifest as elitist behavior, right? Like if someone gets really, really mad and they start flaming people and saying like, yeah, you guys are fucking trash, like, you know, you guys are awful, right? Like you guys shouldn't even be here, right? Yeah, that's like shitty behavior. Like, you know, if you want to call that elitism, sure. I think that's like really cringe. I think it is a little bit contextual though, because for me it would be like, you would, if you, getting annoyed at people not knowing what to do in an experienced group would not be elitism. That's like, okay, you're just annoyed that you got baited, basically. But if you go into like a new player group and you got mad at people for not knowing what to do, yeah, that's like insanely cringe, for sure.
Yes, and I don't think it's all anecdotal. I don't think that happens in newer groups.
I don't know. No,
I
I don't think that happens very often. In fact, a lot of the time, right? Like
even in experienced groups, it doesn't really happen.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, a bunch of
because most of the bosses just fall over dead.
Yeah, and also like what happens, like a lot of the time,
your gameplay.
Yeah, like what happens is like a lot of bored raiders end up like joining and like hard carrying new groups, right? It's like pretty common that people do this, right?
That's like all my stream content. That's all I do.
I want to see the elitism, and I'm
yeah,
I'm not
send it
saying
in,
this,
record
you
it,
know,
yeah,
think
please do,
exists,
yeah.
But show us, and we will publicly shame them.
Oh my
because
god,
it's not good, right? But like, seriously, I
completely
just
agree,
doubt
sorry,
that
brother.
it happens at the. I just doubt that it happens at the rate that people seem to perceive it happening. Look, I was there's the Facebook groups and stuff for guilders. I saw one of them one time, and these people were all shitting on raids, and they're saying how everyone's elitist and stuff. I messaged one of the guys who said this, and I said, "Can you tell me about your experience?" And he said, "I've never actually raided before." And I was like, "Why did you just say that it was super elitist?" He's like, "Well, that's what everyone says."
hold on here. Whoa. Okay, look, no, excluding people is not necessarily elitist, right? Okay, again, right. I want to give a sports example, Karen. Okay, so let's say I'm at the gym, right, and I'm looking to get a PR on my bench press, right? And a guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, can I train with you? I've never lifted before." If I say no, I'm excluding this guy, right, from training with me, right? But I'm not being elitist, right? Because I'm not, you know, if I said no, you know, oh, like, you? Oh my God, what are you even doing here? Like, you've never lifted before? Pathetic. Get out of my gym, right? Yeah, that would be cringe as fuck. That will be elitism. But just saying like, hey man, look, I'm more of an experienced lifter. You might be looking for like someone someone who's willing to train you, like a coach, for example, or, you know, like a personal trainer. That ain't me though, right? Right now, I'm excluding someone, but I'm not being elitist, right? Like the idea that excluding or kind of like not wanting to engage with literally everyone is elitism is insane, right? That's ridiculous, right? I don't know what to tell you. PvE tourists coming into the note. I mean, look, people always say that when there's a world versus world rush, people say this, but I don't see it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, and I play world versus world a lot, right? Yeah.
I see it a little bit, but I
like maybe like a little, yeah, sure.
Bit. Like I just typed this in the YouTube chat, but the point is, imagine that you're a PvP player, and a bunch of people that don't like PvP at all come in specifically just to reap some rewards, and they basically just ruin your experience for a week, right? Because you either completely farm them and everything's too easy and it's not competitive anymore, or you can't even like get into the game mode because everything's full all the time. So like I kind of get it. right? I do see it every once in a while. I don't think it's good that people are like saying, "Oh, all PvE players suck" or whatever. I don't think that's a good thing, but I kind of get why it would be frustrating if you main that game mode to have a bunch of people come in that I guess this is the distinction. They have no intention of actually playing the game mode. That's what's frustrating to people. People come in not to play the game mode really, but just to try to get their quick reward so that they can go back to their game mode and use the rewards there.
And that does unfortunately happen. So people don't give a shit. They just get in there and leech and then leave, which is unfortunate. But that's kind of like, you know, that's people, again, it's kind of people being a bit frustrated at the system. I don't excuse that behavior, though. You shouldn't do it, right? Like, there's, like, no reason to...
You shouldn't do it, no.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it. Yeah. I guess my point is I don't believe elitism is necessarily associated with the notion of looking down at people. No, I think it absolutely is. Okay? Like, okay, seriously. Okay.
Wait, that's elite. That's like definition. What, do we have to bring up the dictionary or something? It feels so weird.
Look, Clarendon...
What is that?
No, wait, let me... Hold on. No. Okay.
I think we could ask.
Hang on, hold on. Because I actually have to ask this. Do you think that people don't view that as like a really negative thing? If so, like when you see that word elitism, like you don't think that people look, oh, this is like a negative thing associated with toxicity? Of course it is. It absolutely is like it has an incredibly negative connotation, right? In when it's used, especially in the context of like MMOs, right? It's ridiculous. In WoW, a kill is a kill. That's okay, kind of. There's reasons for that. Like WoW does have the upper hand here because it has vertical prog. So at the end of the day, like if you kill it and get the loot, people are generally going to be happy. So Guild Wars 2 is actually a disadvantage here because basically the game becomes about speedrunning and farming and efficiency more than actually clearing it. But listen, okay, there are different types of groups, right? People run, like, even now at the end of the season, people unironically do, like, Gallywix progression. I see those pop up, like, a fair bit, right? And those are not, like, one-shot groups. And then I also see, like, Gallywix curved only, right? That are looking to basically have a farm experience, right? So it's like, it does happen. Like people, and if you wipe in those groups, people are not going to be happy, right? Like if you go in there and you have no fucking clue on a harder heroic boss like Muggsy or Gallywix or Bandit even, people will not be happy with you, like 100%, if that happens. Yeah, elitist is like an exclusively negative thing. Like that nobody uses that term in a neutral or positive way. After Return to Killer? Oh yeah, of course, for sure, yeah. Like, if you're week 1, nobody's gonna be mad at you for like having a scuffed ass like heroic clear, right? Especially because, dude, like heroic week 1 is kind of nasty, man. Like, holy, like heroic week 1 is pretty brutal. Like,
I've joined some progs,
yeah,
like in Guild Wars 2. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Mythic plus Dungeons WoW notorious for elitism when all even bad players raise. I just don't agree with that, to be honest. I don't see this. And I pug a lot. And by the way, I pugged when I was new as well. Like, there are screenshots of me doing 60 Mythic plus keys in like my second ever week of playing M+. I just don't agree with that. That is just not something that I've seen. Yeah, people get mad sometimes. But honestly, even when you deplete, I don't think people get that mad. A lot of the time, even if it's like very clearly someone's fault. I think it's pretty uncommon. I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen. It obviously does. Like people crash out, and that's why One Azeroth TV has a successful YouTube channel. Like obviously happens, but it's not a huge deal. I just don't think so. What's the donation goal to get to clear an ultimate? Look, when I have become the master of all games, I have infinite time. I think I would like to do it. Like if Lara was doing another one, maybe I'd play with Lara and do another ultimate. We'd get Nico and he'll carry us. I do believe it's negatively connected, not always. The example of sports, I think it's bad in that case. No, nobody would say that it's elitist in sport to want to train with people at a certain skill level. No, Nobody would say that. Nobody. I can say with absolute certainty. Like, because again, guys, look, I have some context on this as well. I did do a little bit of competitive sport. You know, I swam at national level. No, nobody would have described the athletes that I trained with as elitists. The default perception is negative. If someone explains their thought process to diffuse that connotation, then why not? Well, because I don't like being attributed negative characteristics, Clarendon. That's why. Please do not do it. And actually, I stand up for the Guild Wars 2 raid community. Look, I like raids in games. I like dungeons and PvP and world versus world and endgame. When people say, oh, this community is elitist as fuck, yeah, I'm going to stand up for them. If someone says that about Sneb, I'm not going to be happy about it, actually. No, I am going to push back against that narrative because I view that as a very grave insult to say that.
For context, yesterday I held a rating 101 session where I would sit in my Discord and people could ask me any question about rating. I'd help them with anything they wanted. And I'm doing the same tomorrow, but for EU. So I put a lot of time into like trying to lift people up. But yeah, the elitism thing to me is just crazy. Like I don't see it. I am surrounded by, and maybe I'm just in a bubble, but I'm surrounded by people that are trying to help others get into raids all the time. And I actually see more people mistreat them than the other way around.
Yeah, I join a lot of groups asking for KP, and I do have the add-on that lets me see KP and Wingman clears.
Chilled, my friend, tier 1, nice.
I think most, actually, it might be over 50% of the groups I've joined that are asking for KP. There's almost always someone that doesn't have the KP, and it's very apparent in their gameplay once we pull the boss. And I feel abused, honestly. Like, and I could leave those groups, but I'm also just like, yeah, you know, I like the content, I like the boss, and you know, I'm okay with spicy runs. But it is really weird. A lot of people, I do feel a lot of people are abused, like the experienced players. It's like a weird, like Ouroboros.
No, okay, look, Clarendon, okay, look, no, this isn't good enough, because you're okay, look, no, I'll be a little bit firmer. You are wrong here. You are claiming that people don't use a word a certain way, and I'm saying, no, you're mistaken here. I'm not like, you know, I don't know what to tell you. People do not use that word the way that you are claiming they use that word. I can't even think of like another example, to be honest, like that wouldn't get into like weird territory, to be honest. But no, people do not use that word the way you are claiming they use it. That is objectively the case. People do not use elitism to mean someone is just very good at the game. That is not what people mean when they say that.
In MMO specifically, people use elitism as an us versus them to signify that there's a group of people that is essentially discriminating against them or otherwise excluding them intentionally because they think they're better than them. Yeah.
And yeah, now I'm telling you, people do not use that word that way. And I guess you could disagree. You can't. You actually can't disagree with that. You cannot disagree with that statement. You could say, "Oh, I think that's unfortunate because I think it should be used differently." But you have to acknowledge the fact of the matter that people don't use it the way that you're saying they use it, right? This is not an agree to disagree. You can't agree to disagree on this because I am saying I am describing a fact, and you're saying you disagree with like a fact. He's rage bang? I don't think so, no, actually. Uh-huh. Are you maybe getting trolled? No, I don't think so. Oh no, to give like a really serious example, right? Like, you know, if I went around, like just saying, like going up to someone and saying like, you know, hey man, you fucking suck, and they go, whoa, what's up, man? I was like, no, I don't mean it that way. Like, I mean that in a positive way. I think that's a good thing. It's like, you're gonna get a very negative response doing that, like if you keep doing that. And you can say, well, I didn't mean it that way. It's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, words have usages, right? Like, the way people use language is gonna dictate how people respond to, like, you know, what, yeah, I don't know.
I think people are conflating elitism with elite players. There's a very
we have to keep going on this. This is not a conflation. We're disagreeing about how people use this word. Some people use it to speak. Stop. Some people use it to speak about people who want to gather with people of high skill. No, nobody uses it that way. No. Nobody uses it that way. 0 people use it that way. It's not that. Yeah. No. That's not what that word means.
Ooh, Dapper with the fuck this game. Partially true.
Drops it.
The game is at fault. The game is at fault.
Yeah. You can't have your own private definition of words, guys. It is what it is. Incredible.
Trig, what if the level 80 booster just gave you full legendary?
It's time. I guess that is technically true. Yes. If you use words with a, you know, with a different definition to how most people use them, you can't expect people to understand, right? Like, this is ultimately what's going on here. Like, Klarangan, you're using a word in a way that almost nobody uses it that way. So how am I, like, I'm not going to be able to understand you, right? What's the true meaning of elitist then? I would say, like, very broadly, it's like, if you look down on people who are not elite in some context. I think there's actually a lot of irony to it. Because in general, like, people who are elitists are usually fucking bad. Like, that's the that's kind of a bonus meme there. There's usually like a little bit of delusion associated with it, in my opinion.
Yeah, when it comes to PvE and Guild Wars 2, I think the top tier players tend to be the most like chill, just like they just join groups and blast, and they don't really comment. They kind of just like stay quiet, and they just do their thing. Yeah, it's super interesting, actually.
Yeah.
Typically, people that are really high skill might put some kind of soft barrier. Oh, okay, here's an example. Like the other day, I was doing Wing 7 all CMs, and somebody joined and they said, I've never done any of the CMs before. Can I join? And I said, what can you play? And they said DPS. And I said, okay, can you play Pylon? And they said no. And I said, hey, word of advice here. Before you do the CMs, you should probably know how to do those other mechanics because things will get more complicated. I didn't tell them they couldn't play, but I said that's something that you should know. Like you're only going to be able to do this very specific thing in Wing 7. And they said, well, I can leave. And I said, no, you're welcome to stay, but I'm going to need you to get on voice so that I can walk you through the mechanics with callouts. Otherwise, I think you'll be a liability. And they decided not to join because I perceived that they didn't want to be on voice. I didn't say they even had to talk. I just said they had to listen to callouts. So a skilled player might be like, hey, yeah, it's totally chill if you join, but I'm going to need you to do this thing so that you don't hold back the group in some way or become a liability. I don't think that's elitist either, right? I think that that's just trying to be respectful of everyone's time and find some kind of common ground or middle ground, compromise. That's what I'm looking for.
The belief that some things are only for a few people who have special quality or abilities. That's the definition I found in the Cambridge Dictionary. All the examples they give are negative. That shows, although the different interpretations need negative, isn't so contextually, isn't so contextually going to be fine, in my opinion. Yeah, but like okay, but hold on, what's the context of that, Clarangan? That's referring to society. That's a horrible thing, okay? So in other words, that definition is in context talking about only certain people are fit to run the government or run the country or be in education, right? Or own property. Like, that's the context, right, of that definition, yeah? Because again, if we go on Google, it says, like, elitism, the belief that a society or system should be led by the elite. That's very contextually different. Yeah. Ah. And it wouldn't even matter if again, because like obviously that is what the word means. People don't use the word that way, right? Like, there are plenty of words that are used differently. Here's a really good example of this actually. The word decimate. Does anyone know what the word decimate means, guys? I think a lot of
10% of
exactly. Yeah, but how do people use that word? People use that word as like destroy or obliterate, right? But people do when you say like, oh yeah, decimate something, you're not saying like remove 1/10 of it. Like people say like destroy it, like oh you've been destroyed by something. It's like yes, people language evolves. People use things differently, especially in different contexts, right?
Give me a report.
I don't know if. What did you think was bad faith? Oh, sorry. Someone in my chat said, someone on the call, I don't know exactly who they were talking about, was bad faith.
It was me.
But I don't understand why they said that.
It was me.
Yeah, then we need to have, like, what's the definition of bad faith? Very true.
Nobody talks like that. Isn't exactly good faith debating. No, I actually completely disagree with that. Like, that's my entire point, is that people don't use language that way. That's my point.
It really is like, if someone were to call you a different name, would you be okay? Would you think it's like bad faith to say, stop using that's not my name, stop using that name? I don't know. But maybe the community is completely lost, lost in the sauce and does not know what elitism means anymore. And in Guild Wars 2, it means something completely different than what it means anywhere else in any other context.
Incredible.
Like, bag of milk might be reality in Canada, but it also might be like fantasy everywhere else. Like, no one, it's like completely different anywhere else.
I've ever told you guys the bag of milk story?
What's the bag of milk story?
This is like way off topic. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
I mean, do it. Drop it.
So I had this friend named Benji, and he was a bit of a goofball. And we were both in our senior year of high school. And one day, we're just sitting around, and he's like, "We should just do something crazy." like what? He's like, "Let's just go to the gas station, and ask them for milk, and then when we put it up there, ask them if they'll pour the milk in the bag." And it was like, why would we do that? What? That's just so stupid. He's like,
idiots.
Exactly. We should see if they'll do it. So we go to a gas station and we buy overpriced milk, and we get to the front, and we're like, And this was during the summer, and there was like a line. So there was like a lot of people in there. We get to the front, we're like, "Sir, would you please put the milk in the bag?" And then I hold the bag out, just like a plastic bag, and he looks at me like I'm insane, and I'm like, "Please put the milk in the bag." And so he does it. He twists the thing off and he pours the milk in the bag, and everyone behind me just like kind of leans over and is watching this spectacle in front of them. They're like, "What are these guys doing?" So then we have this like big plastic bag full of milk. And we're like, "Well, what do we do with this now?" So my friends, I was a small town, okay? So we go to a parking lot. We start just like driving, holding the bag of milk out, like rubbing against the road, and it exploded. Yeah,
that's delinquent behavior. That is quite delinquent.
It was very random, but yeah, small town behavior. It got all over the side of my friend's car, and we had to go wash that after. Wow. Yeah, unethical milk usage. That was very weird, but it did happen. I wonder if my friend still remembers that. I should just text him. Be like, "Do you remember that time?" Maybe I made it up. I don't know. Maybe I had like a
just for
vision.
going for the bingo. That's crazy. I like how he always like question marks it. After clearly trying to get a bingo square, he always is like, "What? What do you mean?"
Yeah. Cows in shambles. Quick reminder that Jester milked 2 people who got turned into cows in Divinity. He literally rushed to town to buy a bucket to do it as well. Like he absolutely zerged to get it so he could make it happen. And also, wait, I feel like this is a bigger self-report. You see this awesomeness? Like he gooned and wiped the group, right? Like he basically coomed with some kind of demon character, and it game over the run. In Baldur's Gate.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, like he had intimate relations with a character, and it game over. If you get that cutscene,
it's over.
There's a game over at the end of that cutscene.
Yeah, it was over. Yeah,
that is crazy.
I think Ritualist will be Shroud Necro, like Scourge or something else. It's hard to say. It will be like a different twist on the mechanic, though, obviously, but it will like all the Necro specs have life force, so it will still probably have a life force mechanic.
Snub, are you ready for HC Classic?
At some point, I'll get back in there.
It's after EOS. We're going. We free farm EOS, and then we go 60. And maybe Planix is in there.
Your definition literally uses the word often look down, implying it's not always the case. Okay, hold on. Okay, Claringan, I have very bad news for you, okay? There's 2 things. Now there's 2 options with you. Either you are actually trolling, or there's a language barrier. Both could be possible here, actually. Okay, so I will maybe unwisely explain why it says that. In the context of like, oh yeah, elitist players often do this. That's not saying that language structure doesn't say players who are elitist often engage in this behavior. It's telling you this is a common characteristic that, like, oh god, how do I even explain this? No, this is not what that means. That's not what that sentence says. It's not saying, oh god, wait, how do I explain it? It's not telling you that. For a start, it's speaking loosely, right? But it's giving you like an example of a negative behavior, right, that will be associated with this. Yeah. It's also saying they might do that regularly, right? Like, or that it will be like a common characteristic that the player might have, but they might have other characteristics. Like, yeah, for example, not all elitist players will actually act on their behavior, right? Like, that's what you've missed here, Claringan, right? You've said they often do that. In other words, some elitist players might not do that. That's correct, but they would still feel a certain way. They just wouldn't act on that behavior. So in other words, like, an elitist player might just simply really keep to themselves and like never actually do that. They'll probably still like have negative opinions on people who are maybe like less tryhard than them or whatever, but they just might not act on that behavior. It's giving you an example of a behavior that comes from the elitist mindset. It's not telling you that the underlying belief is different with that elitist player, right? Oh no. But the thing is, okay, listen, again, there's language barrier here, or you're trolling, and it's getting a little bit sweaty at this point.
I think we can make it even more clear. It just doesn't always happen, right? Like, an elitist player, they will often look down on people, but they
might not always
look down on people, right? They might be elitist in the group, and they aren't looking down on the players that day, but they're often doing it. That's and often might even suggest a majority of the time, more than 50%, right?
Yeah,
that's what defines them, is that they do this more often than they don't. Because you can have an elitist moment, right, where you just like freak out and started. But if you're an elitist person, then you're doing it more often than you're not doing it.
Dang, people demanding the ban.
And look, the chat is riled up.
Elements today.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They admitted fault. Tool. They admitted fault. They're cleansed.
It's over. Agree to agree.
Agree to agree. It's time. What was the point? gw2 click for you? Well, I can't think of my best game. I just can't really get into it. I mean,
that's such a hard question.
I
have no clue how to answer.
I don't know how to answer that one, to be honest. Because I've always played the game a lot. Like, when I started playing the game a lot was, to be honest, like, streaming was a big part of it. If I'm being, I think the most accurate question I can answer that question is because I started streaming and like making videos, and I like doing that. And that like made me play the game more.
What do they mean by clicked? Do they mean that like they suddenly are more engaged and like enjoying it, or do they mean like they understand all the systems and how everything works? Because I would argue that the moment where you like feel like, oh yeah, like I really love this game, is actually very socially dependent, and that's why you said streaming, right? And for me, that's when I like figured things out the most, was when it became more of a social experience. But it's not necessarily going to click for you if you're not socially engaged. But you might be able to understand the systems if you do a bunch of research.
I do think it is like a per person thing.
Yeah.
And even if you ask someone and they can articulate it perfectly, it might not apply to you.
Dude, this Worldburst will come as base. I have to interrupt here. We're doing like veteran Modnir Beastmaster. Like, the com's actively going for it. This guy's fucking insane.
Grub?
Yeah, I mean, we're not on EB.
Oh, you guys Borderlands, nice.
Yeah, so we can't do the grub, but he would do the grub if we were there. But sorry, please continue.
Yeah, I think it's like really tough to tell people, or I think it's, even if you were to articulate it perfectly, what clicks for one person almost certainly doesn't click for another person. It's like, so.
They meant that, quote, you get to like it.
Oh man,
I think it has a lot to do with the social part. Then
I do think social
a lot more
carries.
When you get a guild and Discord and stuff.
Yeah, I think social carries pretty hard in almost every game. If a game can be played multiplayer, social, I think, will get, like, social can make any multiplayer game click. Just playing with other people that you enjoy playing with is like massive, right? So I think like even like the most scuffed multiplayer games, if you just play with a friend, it's typically fun. But outside,
I think the other thing is goals, though. I think a lot of people really struggle with Guild Wars 2 because they've been used to sort of like this linear progression where the game is really guiding their every action, but Guild Wars 2 doesn't do that quite the same way that other games do. My suggestion would be, if you're struggling with getting the game to click, it means that you're probably not exposing yourself to a lot of the systems in the game, and therefore you're not learning them. So everything feels very random and sort of aimless. If you want to find that sort of direction, then try to use something like the character adventure guide, where it's built for new players, but if you're a returning player, you can run around. It'll expose you to crafting, the story, different maps, and just sort of force you to do a whole bunch of little things. Though that's not perfect, it'll give you some direction of what to do and help you get a new character to level 80 very quickly. I would argue in less than 20 hours if you're intentional about it and you're a new player. For me, it took me less than 10, but I already know what I'm doing, so it would be faster.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, I started playing the game a lot more when HOT came out, to be honest. Because HOT was really good. And then I was also streaming. I was like
world versus world.
Yeah, I was like playing all the end game there, and it was very high tier.
I do think friends are big. I don't know how people make them. I will be honest.
For me, I make friends by just saying random stuff. And seeing what happens.
I feel like I can understand people not really kind of clicking with Guild Wars 2 in the 1 to 80 anymore. Because I actually think, no joke, especially if you're a veteran player, more experienced, like you played another MMO, right? Or you play, honestly, if you played any RPG before, I feel like Guild Wars 2 1 to 80 can feel weird because of like how trivial it is, right? Like in the core game, like the core game was actually kind of dangerous, right? Like you could 100% die in core Guild Wars 2. Because look, you've got to bear in mind, guys, check this out. Back in Guild Wars 2 core, like a 2.0 power scaling was like, oh shit, this ability is wacky as hell, right? Now, like 2.0 power scaling is, that ability is so dog shit, like it's unusable, right? Like that's how bad it, like that's how far the numbers have come along, right? So I think as a new player, you won't really kind of get a real good feel for the combat until you get to the expansions, because again, like the core game is just like so easy at this point that if you've got RPG experience, it can feel a little weird, and you'll only really kind of get that taste, get a little sip when you start to get to some of the expansion content. Yeah.
Man, I also feel like if you have any RPG experience or MMO experience and the game is not clicking and you haven't hit 80 yet,
boost.
I think
right?
you just boost.
Yeah, you 100% boost. Yeah, like, you 100% boost.
You boost it.
Yeah.
Maybe look up maybe throw in like the forbidden one, or just like look up a build and like start working on attaining
I dare
build.
you. I dare you. Go to the code right now, Awesomeness. Change the Necro boost build to the forbidden one. Just make it unlock Scourge. Make it unlock Scourge for you, and then you get the forbidden one.
Trig, we have to change the 80 booster.
Yeah.
That would be actually insane. Do you know how? Oh my gosh, think about that. That would actually have that would make a discernible difference in open world if every boosted Necromancer had the forbidden one on.
Yes.
You would do more damage. It would be crazy.
It would be really neat if level 80 boosters actually just gave you an elite spec for that.
That would be high tier.
The boons.
Yeah. Trail is a problem. My level through WoW is even easier than Guild Wars 2. It is, yeah, but what I mean is that it can feel really weird, right? Like you can't really like connect with the game in that environment, right? It's definitely
WoW is easier, but also more engaging. That's the point. It's engaging.
Well, there's a reason for that. It's because the game has a very obvious goal, but in Guild Wars 2, the goal is not obvious.
I think he was talking about retail, not classic. By the way,
create your own. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's talking about retail, not classic. Yeah, retail. The game is the game treats you like you're actually made out of glass. It's like, oh, poor, little peepo, right? You're like a glass frog, and it like guides you. It doesn't let you go too far, right? It's very, very easy as it takes you through the game. And maybe that's good. I don't know. Like I think that's probably good for like people who have never played an MMO before. But I would make the same criticism, Critty. I actually think it's weird if you're a Guild Wars 2 player and you go to WoW, you're gonna go like, what the fuck is this, right? You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what happens with some people in Guild Wars 2 is they come from WoW, they come from Guild Wars, you know, they've done raids, they come from like 14, right? And they played like raids in that game, and then you go to Guild Wars 2 core open world, you know, like what is going on here, right? Like,
to be fair, going from Guild Wars 2 to Final Fantasy 14 open world is also a jarring experience.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
It is both ways. Final Fantasy 14 open world was a trip. Like no one's doing it. I don't think they're like metas or anything. So it's just it's like empty and it feels so weird. Oh man, it was wild.
Yeah. What is the forbidden one? The forbidden one is a necro build. You can find it on my YouTube channel, but just equip staff now instead of scepter. Yeah. Yeah, I liked HOT, to be honest. Although, you know, I wasn't like super zoned in on any game. Like before Guild Wars 2, I was kind of playing a lot of different games, right? Like again, this is why I think it really is like the streaming thing that did it for me. Like if I had started streaming StarCraft 2 or WoW or I don't know, like anything else, I think it would have looked different, right? Because like, that was what like really kind of glued me, like got me into gaming big time. It sounds like rather strange, guys, but this is the situation. Before I streamed, I was actually like a big IRL gamer, right? I was like, again, instead of gaming, I was training, right? I was swimming, right? That's what I was doing as my hobby, basically. And gaming was something I would just like come home and, in fact, you know, look, a lot of my gaming looked like this, guys. So I would come home from swimming and I would like load up Guild Wars 2 and I had 2 monitors, and on my second monitor, I would just be like messing around with Unity or like some other kind of like random programming project that I was working on, and I'd be doing like a meta train on my Guild Wars 2 monitor, right? Like that was like how I engage with, honestly, gaming in general. Like, I'd like do a game of StarCraft 2 and then like log into Guild Wars 2 and go, and like I was roaming on my Selly Dagger Ellie, right? I'm playing Dagger Ellie on old Capricorn, right? With the fucking, with like the underwater fucking shit. That's what I'm talking about, guys, okay? Like that was some peak gaming there. That was my engagement with it. It was only when I started streaming that I started to kind of, you know, like really take the game seriously and stuff, yeah. Jealous of that thing of life. Well, you know, I don't think okay, this is going to sound weird. I definitely know what you mean, but I can't. I think I would struggle to kind of emphasize with like not having it that way. For example, if I really wanted to, guys, I actually feel extremely confident I could walk away from gaming tomorrow, right? Like immediately. I think I could quit overnight if I wanted to. So like what I'm trying to get at is that I haven't really ever struggled with keeping like a good healthy balance, in my opinion, with gaming in real life. Like if I wanted to, I could switch it up like immediately. So yeah, I definitely, yeah, I'm very aware that I'm very lucky, right? I am actually very fortunate, I guess, with the fact that, yeah, I could drop this if I wanted to. I don't think there's ever been a time when gaming has been unhealthy for me, and I feel very lucky because I know that, you know, it can be very unhealthy for many people, right? For sure, yeah. I would want to channel it into something else. Like, so I will say that I am like prone to, I guess, like obsessive behavior. 100%. Yeah, that is true. So look, for example, one of the, and this is an interesting, you guys might find this interesting, is that I've been getting into lifting a lot. And you know what's interesting? Is that getting back into the gym has actually significantly reduced my desire to like play video games, actually. It's that sometimes when I'm streaming, I'm like, actually, I kind of want to be in the gym right now, you know? And you know, like, yeah, I'm kind of, that's where I want to be, right? Like, oh yeah, I want to be doing that right now. instead. So that's like I do kind of have that obsessive personality trait, or whatever you would call it. I shouldn't use, I don't like using terms like that. I'm not a doctor, right? I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, like that sort of thing. I will always like want to be obsessed with something and like, you know, kind of try hard or something. Yeah.
Do you get the same feeling when like you're working on like a programming project?
Yes.
Where, like,
honestly, I think
you get in a groove, like you don't want to stop.
Yeah. No, I am really bad for this actually. Like when I'm in the hole, I can't get out. Like I have like been like that, to be honest, is actually something I've probably struggled with a lot more than gaming. It's been like, okay, I need to go to bed. I need to go and do this for school. I need to go and do this. But I'm like, I've just got to finish this. Okay, I've just got to finish this like one thing, right? Like, come on, it's so close to working, right? It's so close to being how I want it to be, right? And I just like cannot stop. Like that actually is tough, yeah. I will admit, I definitely struggle with that one, yeah.
I think in like recent years, I think coding has pushed me. Yeah. Coding has pushed me to like dawn through the night more than any amount of gaming. Like where you kind of like look outside and you're like, oh, it's dawn. Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna go mow my lawn, or my neighbors will actually know that I'm a total degenerate. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Oh yeah, hey CSM, thanks for chatting. Do you think if you worked a 9 to 5, you could maintain a healthy relationship with the games? Yeah, because I actually did this. So, dude, and to be honest, I have no idea how I did this, guys. So when I was, this is not the same as a 9 to 5, obviously, but when I was at school, this is what my schedule looked like. I was up at about 4:30 to go and train at 5 in the morning. Then I would go to school. Then I would train in the evening again. And I would get home at about 7:30 a lot of the time, 7:30 to 8 p.m. And then I would have a couple of hours to eat and play some video games or whatever that would be. I would play like StarCraft 2 or WoW, Guild Wars, right, whatever I was playing at the time. And yeah, look, I'd go to bed after that, like, because I mean, you don't really have much of a choice, right? Because like if you've got to get up and train, like it doesn't feel good if you only got like, you know, you only got like 3 hours sleep. That's tough. You know, you don't want to do that. Yeah. What class would you advise to boost? Warriors, Berserkers. Yeah, sounds cool. That Troubadour sounds cool. Yeah, yeah, you can kind of get a feel for what Troubadour is going to be like if you play Chronomancer. You could play Chronomancer. It's a Mesmer. If I remember, 5 hours of sleep a night is normal for you. I can get by on that, but I mean, it has been normal sometimes, right? Like when I've had like a, you know, I've been very, very busy. I've had like a limited amount of time. But even when I was swimming, I was usually getting like 7 hours of sleep was pretty common. Like 7, you know, anywhere between 6 to 8, I guess. And I would always catch up on the weekend, right? So yeah, I would like sleep for 10 hours plus, like 10 to 12 hours on weekends sometimes if I was really, really tired. And then yeah, like during weekdays, I'd be getting 6 to 8.
So unhealthy.
But now I can't take it seriously. Look, the last couple of days, my sleep has actually been pretty okay. I sleep at unusual times, but I get enough. The last couple of days, it has been terrible. And now it's over for me. I definitely need to chill out a little bit for a while to recover, especially because August is very important. But yeah, no, these days I try to get 8 hours pretty much, which I think is kind of what you want. Sleep becomes irrelevant. I think it's really relevant in gaming. Your brain does not work properly if you don't get sleep. I think if you don't sleep well, and I think it's all linked. Oh, yeah. I think it's all completely linked. If you want to get better at gaming, let's say you want to clear a really hard boss or improve your PvP rank, number one thing, sleep properly, eat properly, and get a bit of exercise in, right? And I guarantee you your performance will improve in every metric in your video game as well. 100%, yeah. And it all links together.
You exert yourself or your mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
yeah.
Exercise, same way. Like probably, you know, job, career, whatever is like the same way. Like gaming is the same way. And
yeah. So it's all linked, in my opinion. Bit of sunlight, yeah, 100%, yeah. Get outside, touch a bit of grass, and it will help. Casually walking? Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, I was very inactive, honestly, because I was just... Well, there are reasons. You know, I was very inactive for a couple of years, and man, like, when I started being more active again, it's night and day, yeah. Would gw2 be fully playable when walking on a walk pad? Playing Albion, this game is not doable on a walking pad. Wait, depends what you mean by that. You mean like a treadmill, right, for exercise? Sure, honestly, why not, yeah. I don't know exactly what you're talking about, though.
Core? Probably. Oh man, later on when the waypoints get more sparse, that'd be brutal. Unless, wait, are they talking about like?
I think they're talking about like a standing desk with like a treadmill or something. Maybe I'm not entirely. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure. There's plenty of gamers who do that. There's, you know, I think there's a bunch of gamers who, you know, to kind of get their steps in like while they're gaming. I'm not exactly sure if that's what I'm being asked about here. Sand desk and treadmill? Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you'll be fine. Yeah.
No, I'm not good at treadmills. I feel like it's like gotta go outside, but the weather permitting.
Boom. I'm fighting an Untamed. They have the Unhappy Camper title.
Ooh, is it elitist for an employee to use the elite employee title?
Yes. That's toxic.
Okay. Someone told me that every dev they see has that title, and I was like,
good RP.
I don't know if you just only seen my characters, but I don't know if I've seen another dev that's had it. It is a good meme.
Trig doesn't even have it.
Trig does not have it.
You know what Toddley doesn't have, by the way?
EOS.
Embodiment of Sin, correct. Yeah.
Trig, you want to get in tomorrow? Or I think it's next week. Plenix is activating bigly.
Yeah.
It's the Tormentor. Ooh.
It's pretty good RP. Is Trig like is Trig
veteran of the Mists?
And surely Trig is gonna. If you get world's first ArenaNet dev EOS, surely Trig breaks to that. Like, how will he survive that? How will his ego survive? I'm not sure if it can.
You know what he's gonna do.
What's he gonna do?
He's gonna juice Troubadour.
Yeah.
Then during the beta weekend, he's gonna get hard carried by 9 Troubadours.
Mm.
And that will be his EOS based.
Yeah.
Still best at lore, probably.
Mm.
Ooh, there are some lore gamers at ArenaNet.
Oh yeah?
They're like nerds.
Dude, I can't hit this Dolyak. The Dolyak's desync, bro. What do I do?
Use a range attack and shoot it, and then see where your range attack goes. Yep, it's going the right way. Yeah, and then you catch up to it.
It's back.
And then eventually you hit it. Yep, there it is. I think beta characters are. Oh, you think if any content is clear with a beta character, it should invalidate everyone's achievement.
It probably should, to be honest. But that's pretty complex. Because yeah, people are definitely going to do that with all the hard content in the game. Because like, when Troubadour drops, it is going to be so busted, and people will abuse it.
And then it'll get buffed before release, and then there'll be even more free. Yeah. People will complain. I had 5 Troubadours in my EOS, and I still couldn't get the kill.
It wasn't enough.
Just crank it up.
10 seconds of distortion. Epic.
Only 10?
Had your hard reset workout? I mean, look, it kind of worked. If I sleep now, it should be fine. Like, hard reset always works. It always works, bro.
How many hard resets did you do this week?
I think I done like 3 hard resets this week. It's horrible. This is terrible. This is unbelievably horrible.
Oh my goodness.
Will there be a quarterly balance update before BOE? I don't think so. This Janther Wilds is dead. Visions of Eternity is the only alive expansion. Oh shit. I'm getting ganked. It's over. Oh! Complete. I thought this is a bunker build? Well, no, this is Harbinger, not Scourge. Tell the difference, guys. Know the difference. Are you considering recommending working? I was saying some of the key players in WoW Guild feeling active and fresh. Yes. Look. Here's to be honest, it's not really my place to say. If I knew, I don't think I would ever say that to. I would feel weird. I would feel weird doing that. I don't think I'd ever say that, right? But if people wanted, what I would do is I would say like, man, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Like, it makes me feel better. It makes me play better. And then I would be willing to help people kind of like learn and get on board with it. Kind of similar to the performance optimization, right, Zipper, right? Because loads of people have, because I said, hey guys, I'm optimizing my performance. It's making me play better. And now loads of people are asking me about, oh, what add-ons do you use? Like, oh, how did you do it? What tools do you use it to measuring performance, right? And then I'm like very happy to help people. So I do like a similar approach there. But I think it would be weird if I said, all of you guys start exercising. I think that's not the way to do it. You know, that I would definitely like recommend it for sure. But, you know, I feel like it's not really my place, right? Like to say that.
Ooh, gaming. I just joined a Wing 5 training off the LFG.
Yep.
And most of the group is on kp.me.
Okay.
Or I can see that they don't have many logs in Wingman. And I'm in. And I'm blasting. It's going to feel damn good. Oh, yeah.
Although
LG
it is...
said
Oh, yeah?
Traino. And I was like, what? And I joined. I was like, what is Traino? Like training? And say, yes, in Portuguese.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I have written the unhinged manifesto, though. I should call it that. Because I have written a massive... Look, check this technique. Check out this technique. I'm curious how people are going to respond to this. I'm writing like a really big message to the guild, like explaining a couple of things, like how we're going to do things. But I know, this is like this is very high IQ, guys, very high IQ. I know that people don't read shit, okay? So I'm going to record me reading it, and I'm going to post it so people can like listen to me reading them. Like, it's kind of like the Guild Wars 2 patch notes thing, right?
Manifestos to sleep to. Manifestos to sleep
exactly.
To.
Yeah. So I'm just going to drop it. And so people can listen to it as well, so they absorb the information. I might look. This is something that I think is relatively uncommon, and it's something that I really miss. I miss like guild meetings, right? You know, like that kind of stuff. I love that. I love it. I think it's so much fun. I want to bring that back. I want to bring back like me giving video messages to the guild as the guild leader, right? I love the idea of guild really meetings. Cool. Yeah, it's so cool. Like, I want that. We've got to get that going. Yeah, dude, Grim. Wait, Grim is... Yeah. Do you remember this? Or do you remember this also? Like, world versus world pre-reset meetings? Do you remember this?
Yes.
Oh my god, yes! And everyone would, like, figure out what borderland you were going to go to. Yes!
Yeah. You all line up at the portal. You all line up at the portal. Oh, man.
Fuck. Oh, my God.
You sign your waters, your big waters, and
Yes.
gaming. Just literally gaming. Oh, does this gamer, do we have the CC? We have the CC.
Oh my god.
Dude, Scylla's horror. Oh my god. Did
Oh,
not
no.
get the balance patch. Oh,
Oh,
no.
oh.
Look how dead she's.
Oh no.
She's not like melting, but like we are defeating this boss.
Yeah. To be
The
honest,
DPS meter is like the Pareto. It's a Pareto distribution. It's like completely.
Oh, yeah,
Pareto.
oh,
But,
yeah,
like,
that-
the boss
ooh.
is
Yeah,
melting.
that's
the
tough.
boss is dying.
Yeah.
We're getting the
Yeah, I'm
reses.
seeing.
Alacrity's optional boon. Like we're killing it.
I am seeing 12k DPS, right? That exists. But like on the
we're
other
killing it.
hand,
We're just-
isn't this boss
just
still
killing
kind of? I feel like this boss is kind of based.
spooky.
No, isn't it based?
It
Because
is spooky.
if you,
It's a necro boss. It
It's
has
a- it's
boon
a-
corrupt. It has AoE.
well, but yeah, but also it's more than that, right? Like if you, I feel like if you don't do the push, like you won't be able to win, right? Like it will.
yeah, this is hard carried by the.
Yeah,
pusher,
the
for sure.
druid, right? Like the druid is putting in the work here, because if you don't do that, like you will not be able to get past it. So yeah.
We have lost multiple people. But look at this, 33%. Some people are eating the log.
Is it? Oh wait, you're doing
That's pretty rough.
CM? Are you doing CM or no?
I don't think so. The ring did drop pretty quickly. I don't think it's CM though.
Oh, someone got hit by the wall. They got clipped. Wait, was that a tank? That's
The wall
not
can
good.
win. It's okay. This is our first pull.
Yeah, this is. I mean, you'll definitely kill it.
This is like raw. Are they pushing?
Why are you not? Can you explain why you're not top DPS?
Because I do poorly talking and playing. I have not learned this skill well. I'm gonna signet res. Wait, they
Oh,
pulled
shit.
it out of it. Gaming. That's true.
Man, you hate to see
This
that.
is a CC.
That sucks when that happens, when someone ports out of it, right? Does not feel good. I think you only have one tank though. That's why the tank's dying.
Yeah.
So that guy is taking like a
That is,
billion% damage.
It's a skill check. They point the boss towards the middle of the arena, which is not great. But like, I'm gonna eat the donut. But it's like, we're blasting. We're in there.
Yeah, I mean it's
They have been-
it's still
I think I'm about to
doable,
get
right?
stacks.
Like it's still kind of doable. Oh, is are both
that was our
tanks
tank.
dead? Ooh,
Yeah, 'cause I'm
yeah,
getting
that's not
stacks.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're getting stacks.
take
Yeah, there's
those.
no tank. Yeah, that's probably gonna be tough to survive.
No one's called for GG. There's the death.
Who is talking? Who is talking to Teapot? This is Awesomeness, ArenaNet developer. If you have any problem with the game, including support concerns, so if you get
this guy
banned or
res?
something, you
This
must
guy res
message
in the-
Awesomeness, guys. Oh wait, holy shit, he's back.
Pretty good run. Pretty good run. Gaming. It's crazy. You know what's crazy? Oh, this group did not ask for KP. I almost feel guilty. Does someone in chat without KP? I don't know if they'd kill it as quickly. That might take a lot of time. But like, this group didn't ask for anything. They were just like, fill in for their training. I think it's a guild run. They're in Discord. Oh, someone said they have to go after one more pool. I guess that.
Oh, you just
slot will
kill it.
open
You
up.
just kill,
Yeah.
no? Just kill.
Yeah, I guess we have to kill.
Lock
I feel
in.
like I actually need golem. I feel like ours.
Is it CC is not good? We could do. You could do Spectral instead of Undeath if you wanted to as well.
Is it? Oh, is it still that good?
Yeah,
I
it
kinda
hits
want the
5
epi 'cause I'm
targets.
afraid
It
that
hits,
it'll-
it hits 5 targets on this one because there's like
But does
all
it-
the worms.
But does it still hit? I thought it was patched, right, to not do that anymore.
Nah, that was Binding Blade. I think it still works on Spectral.
Oh, I thought
Right?
both were interesting.
Did they fix both?
I thought so.
Wait,
thought
did
so,
they
but I
did they
honestly
actually
don't
fix
know.
both? I'm not sure. I thought they
Trig,
didn't fix
help
it
us out.
on that. Yeah, maybe Trig knows.
Never capitulate.
I'm gonna bring Epi. Let's clear out these worms. Epi is such a cool skill. It's on the booster build.
Worms. Yeah, it's a good skill. It should be buff. Honestly, you know what's crazy? I feel like Epi could be buffed now. Like the game's power level, you could. I'm not sure you should bring full Epi back, but you could bring back like a little bit stronger version, right? Than it is now.
Donut.
Because right now it's what,
The
it's
donut catches
50%.
people.
You could make it 66% instead of 50%, right? Of the duration copied. Honestly, you could maybe even do 75% of duration.
Ooh, the poison's gonna stop the res. No, it doesn't. Signet goes off. Gaming. Oh, this is gonna be a brutal donut. This is a big wall. I'm out. I'm out now.
Ooh.
Look how cool this boss is. Necro
Yeah,
boss.
Desmina's good. Like, I mean, Wing 5 is high tier. Wing 5, if you think about it, Wing 5 was the original breaker. Like, this was the breaker.
Yeah. Whoa, weird. I didn't die, but I.
Yeah, see, I was right. Nice lie. Nice you just spread misinformation. Grass still multi-hits.
Which one?
Quote Trig.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'm bad at. I'm not good enough at the game to not bring undeath. Because I
Well,
mash.
but the thing is, though,
watch me play.
well, but
I
the thing
mash.
is, though, every time a golem dies, you just get juiced. So it's kind of okay, right?
That's true, and the worm. I guess the worms only.
The worms, yeah.
They only die once.
Yeah, unless it's CM.
Does anyone have spirits on druid? Also juice me. I think we'll try it. I heard Doom was tough, rough. It used to be, yeah, it used to be the breaker,
Yeah.
but
And Doom CM, that was the original, the true
I think
true
Doom
boss.
CM, I mean, the Echo. The only reason why Doom CM is so easy now is because you kill it so fast. Because
Yeah.
if you
don't
just
get
had to
picked.
stay in the fight for like X minutes,
Yeah.
it would still be the breaker.
Yeah,
right?
because you get
if you had to
picked.
be in that fight for 7
Yeah.
minutes or more than 7
Yeah,
minutes.
and they get picked.
it's the
Yeah,
breaker.
people would just get picked.
Show the gear real quick. It's like copy paste off Snowcrows. Do I have anything fancy here? I don't think so. It's like copy paste. And I'm using thorns because raids, there's just a ticking aura, so you get thorn stacks pretty easily. So, in most raids. Which infusion is the most elitist?
Chalk.
I don't know. I don't really like partake in them. Like I use the Ember infusion on this because I'm like,
I think it's chalk. I think it's serious. If you see someone with a chalk, they're probably serious. You know, they don't mess around. It is the mark.
I don't have good fashion for it, so I've never like pursued one.
I see that Magros is in your chat.
Yeah, I got first scarves from Bogman, Nico.
Oh, interesting. I see that you have the
Magros-
Magros emote enabled in your
I enabled it
channel as
today.
well. Yeah. I don't know about you, but Trig wanted to say it. I saw at the end, I saw him smiling. I knew what he was thinking. He wanted to meme.
Could you feel it? Could you? Feel
I could.
It,
I could
through the
feel it like
fabric of time and
radiating.
space?
Yeah, it was like radiating off him on the stream. He was just like, you know what? It's time.
I might need to refresh my.
Although, you know, I do think the audio was a pretty hard-hitting meme, right? Wouldn't you say so? Like on the reveal stream, the audio was quite powerful. Like that is potent, if you will.
That was strong.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a good word, like a good like meme word to encapsulate just how strong it was. Someone asking me, how was your day?
How was it?
Dude, going well, dude. Today's EOS was so good. Going super well. Progged EOS some... What did we get? I think we got to like 14%.
14%.
14%.
Not bad.
I'm quite happy with that.
Yeah.
And that's not just two noobs. That's not two like rusted, like giga rusted, like rusted from like ancient Egyptian times, like Sneb and Awesomeness in there. We had some other people progging, so it feels good.
I'm a 30 or I want
not
to
too
learn
late,
coding.
Notorious.
No, definitely not. No, definitely not. And honestly,
Interestingly-
there are giga resources to do it as well and get a feel for it. It's really
It's like
good.
so the barrier to entry for like so many things is so much lower. Like it's so easy to make a website now and like just make something. It's like so so interesting. It's easier to make games now.
Oh yeah.
It's easier to make like phone apps.
Yeah, I've heard that Game Maker, very good for making games.
Oh, incredibly.
Yeah.
Especially if you use the Steam API for achievements or save files or something. I've heard.
Yeah.
But like,
DRM.
unironically, like it's crazy. Like the tools out there are crazy. Like Game Maker. I haven't looked at Unity in a while, but even I mean, I started taking a course on like writing a game in C++, like writing an engine in C++, and it was just like so interesting. That one's a bit intense, I guess. It just seems like some prior knowledge, but there's so many resources. It's crazy out there.
I feel like people already got in coding decades ago. Yeah, but that was always the case, right? Like until
for like anything.
Yeah. That's the. I mean.
Like people get in early, yes.
Yeah,
but like, you can still
that
get
is
in.
true.
But also the barrier to entry is like so much lower now.
Yeah. Just thinking about that, like when there was like the first ever computer programmer, where they were like using fucking,
Fucking switches and like
yeah,
light bulbs and
and then like everyone was like,
Punch
well,
cards.
that was what I was trying to, my brain's
Stacks
fucked.
of punch cards.
Punch cards,
Stacks.
yeah, it's like,
And
well,
if you drop
it's too
them,
late.
you're GG, dude.
Yeah, and like, yeah, I can imagine like, oh, well, it's too late. Like, dude, these people are already so good with these punch cards. There's like, no hope for me, right? Like, there's no way I can get it. No, you'll be fine.
Stacks of punch.
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'll
that's
be
crazy.
fine. Yeah.
We still did. Oh yeah, I think most exams are still done on paper, which I think is probably good.
Engineer gets punch card wizard. And we'll have to see, guys. ArenaNet will be dropping bombs over the next couple of weeks.
People asking me for buffs on Necro. That's crazy.
Well, you saw that post, right? Wait, were you here for this actually? Someone said some like crazy shit. I think. Wait, was it on forums? It was something like. Oh wait, guys, who's got it? You know, we were talking about it like right at the start of the stream, I think. Oh, wait, was it yesterday? It might have been yesterday
Today's
actually.
stream? I think it was yesterday's stream.
It might have been yesterday's stream. Yeah. And it was hilarious. It was like one guy talking about how like Necro like never recovers from its nerfs and is like essentially made unplayable by ArenaNet. It was insane.
I
It was
want to be
absolutely-
invited to all the Cabal discords for all the
Yeah.
class mains. I want to be in these discords. I want to see how they operate all these psyops and clandestine operations.
Yeah.
You remember?
Trig, when are you
Remember
wait. Also wait, Trig, you're saving PvP, right? Oh my god, I just realized something. There's wait, you guys can do some hot fixes, Trig. Because think about this. Imagine if it's a triple Scourge meta until the expansion. That's based, actually. Holy, that's insane. That's actually crazy. Yeah. Oh no. Do something, Trig.
I actually think I skip Epi. I actually think Aegis for the donuts. People are eating the donuts.
Oh yeah, the snake is it? I actually really like taking the snake on DPS Scourge. Actually, it's very underrated. Yeah.
Gamer. I think we got a berserker. Cue the warrior mains.
Yeah.
Dude, the donut farms. I like the donut is such a good attack. It's so good. It's actually so tricky until you just like learn the proper way to deal with it.
Yep.
Oh, it's so good.
Is it the new transfusion trait that enabled the Scourge type? Pretty much, yeah. Like the transfusion trait is fucking crazy. Because one thing that's really nice about it is actually the vigor uptime. Like having like giga vigor uptime in PvP is really juicy. Because it means you can dodge more, right? That's kind of a weakness of Necro, is it doesn't really have evades. So if you remove that weakness, or at least help it a little bit with the vigor uptime, it's very strong. And then you combine that with the stability, extra condition cleanse. It's tough to deal with, yeah. And like more protection uptime makes the build like very hard to deal with.
Ooh, that's a tank. This is gonna age poorly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The damage on the Chillblains is also pretty damn juicy for sure.
Yeah, and the healing on Chillblains is
yeah. Because like when you
I was looking at all my tooltips for EOS and I was like, oh my god.
You do heal quite a lot, and you do pump quite a bit too.
I guess it's different in PvP. The scaling might be different.
Yeah.
But it's probably still like quite.
It just kind of tends to combo as well, right? Like it. Oh wait, dude. Someone's doing dragon. Wait, someone is doing Dragon's End. I need to go help them. I just completely ignored them. Hold on. I am on my way. I'm doing Dragon's End. I'm going to bed. I'm actually dying. I'm depleted. Have you ever touched homesteading Guild Wars 2? It's not really not super interested. I don't find it that interesting, so I don't really do like player housing stuff. Turning into slop? I mean, I am slop at this point. Oh, it's not happening yet? Oh. Well, never mind then. Never mind. Oh. I'm drained. I'm raiding you. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you, gamer.
Yeah. I'm sending them over. Hey, guys. This is very important. When we raid, make sure to ask Awesomeness loads of dev-related questions that he won't be able to answer to make the stream as awkward as possible, okay? I want to see some real troll shit. Yeah, get in there.
Don't do it, chat. Don't do it.
You do have a good chat cover, by the way. This is very powerful. The putrid essence. It's definitely worth commenting on. It's rotating. There's more and more of them. Yeah.
Oh, no,
an unlimited amount. Yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. I'm out of here. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Thanks for watching. I'm gonna try and get some rest. Follow, subscribe, come on, watch every day. Referral link, buy, social media, blah, 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 right?
Get the Aegis?
Whatever. That awesomeness, yeah?